Welcome, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. Um, yeah, it's been a long day, man. I was live all day, uh, covering the Nicholas Cruz Parkland shooter trial. The trial for the it's a sentencing trial, which is something that I'm not very familiar with for the most part. Most of the time, I'm not really familiar. Well, I mean, I'm just not familiar with that. I've never seen that before. Apparently, Florida has a law that if you if you commit a capital crime, basically a jury has to decide your fate as far as sentencing goes, not a judge. I've never seen it to where it wasn't just a judge. So, um, considering that, I'm just like, kind of blown away by how that's working. So I've been covering that. Because it's a little different. The defense behaves a lot more differently. The prosecution behaves a bit differently. The judge, in this case, behaves quite differently. Um, it's just a kind of a surreal type of thing that we're looking at. So I just can't take my eyes off it. And I think since it's kind of one of a kind in a sense. I've never seen it before. I feel compelled to cover it, so I've been covering it. Um, but tonight is more or less about fun. You guys know that there's certain creators that I like to talk about, and I there's certain creators that I find just to be just the type you laugh at. And people have been emailing me about uh a certain case. Okay. And I don't even know if you consider it a case. This is why I was like, I'm not sure if I even want to cover it. I don't even know if I want to touch it, you know. And what I keep hearing is, well, based on your coverage of the Sophie case, well, I figured this would interest you, and I would like to hear your input on this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm getting a lot of feedback as far as this case goes. But the difference between the Sophie case is Sophie's a little girl, and she was claiming that she was a victim of SA. This to me seems more like a personal family issue, which is why I didn't involve myself in it. And which is why um and obviously obviously somebody else is going to get involved with it. Molly Golightly, of course, is going to stick her nose right in the middle of it, and just be as counterproductive in these situations as she possibly can. But I'm gonna choose to laugh at it as best as I can. I don't think the situation is funny, and you know what? What I'm gonna do is, just out of fairness, to bring you guys a little bit up to speed. Some of you guys may not be familiar with the case. Um, there's a content creator, and her name is Dre uh McCray, I believe it is Dre McCray, right? Am I wrong? I have the police report here. Um, and her husband ended up in a coma. And because she seems to be very aloof and she doesn't seem to really give a shit that her husband's in a coma, and I've watched some of the videos, I don't think that she gives a shit. But I think it's yes, Dre McCray, thank you. I do not think that she honestly gives a flying fuck about her situation. But the difference is people are accusing, because she doesn't give a fuck, people are accusing her of possibly being the reason why her husband is in a coma, that there's foul play involved. Let me go ahead and read that police report for you guys real quick. Okay. I'll go ahead and share it. It is redacted. But let me go ahead and do that. It was emailed to me. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Show you guys. So this police report says the east, after entering the east gate inside the shed, I noticed again, this is a police officer's perspective. I noticed a black male in the center of the shed. The male was wearing blue pajamas and laying on his back. His head was towards the east and feet towards the west shed opening. Sorry, I got to blow this up a little bit. I'm gonna have to, yeah, this is gonna be difficult. His arms were away from him. YFD was assessing him while McCray watched. Andrea McCray. I asked Andrea to walk with me to the front of the residence while YFD personnel worked on her husband. I noticed Andrea was agitated. She would shake, unable to keep her hands steady, and her voice broke every now and then. I asked Andrea McCray to tell me what happened. Due to Andrea McCray going back and forth, the following is a summary of my conversation with Andrea McCray. For complete details, please refer to my body-worn camera surveillance video uploaded to Accent Evidence. So this is already very, very thorough. This police officer is like, I don't want to leave any details out. I want to be very, very thorough in how I project this information. So I'm not finding anything suspicious at all as far as the police and or any type of misconduct going on as far as the police go. This seems like a very thorough police report. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Andrea McCray stated that she and her husband have been married for approximately 8 years. They have one child in common, but he raised her 2 older children. Marvin McCray suffered from blank, 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 blank. In 2019, he went to a physical therapist, blank, 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 blank. When he went to the therapist, her husband's demeanor changed and he became someone she did not know. She said they always got along until after his therapy. Then he would change and become verbally abusive towards her. At times, she would leave the residence because of the change. Marvin McCray finally stopped using the therapist. He has had a blank becoming verbally abusive. She denied they had arguments, only disagreements. But when the disagreements were severe, she would leave until the mood changed back to his normal loving self. When he had a blank, she would expect his attitude to change. She asked him to see a doctor, blank, blank. She did not know if he ever made an appointment. That's interesting. The day prior, they had a quote unquote disagreement. Andrea McCray said the disagreement was during the afternoon. Marvin McCray slept in the bedroom while she slept on the couch. He woke up at approximately 7:15 a.m. He went into the children's bathroom to clean up as he usually does. She offered him tea and began to have a disagreement with her. She noticed that he was more lethargic than normal. She said then they tried to use organic products for well-being. They use kratom, which is an organic herbal medicine in the coffee family, and has opioid properties. Interesting. She believed he may have had more than normal, and there was a buildup of kratom in his system, making him act that way. They disagreed with her trying to calm him down. After disagreeing for a while, Marvin McCray went outside. Andrea McCray went outside to check on him and saw him hanging in the shed. She screamed, and her oldest daughter came outside to check on her. She told her daughter to go back inside the residence. She attempted to get him down using a wobbly chair within the shed, but was unable to. She obtained his knife and then cut him down. She called the police and began CPR as instructed. Okay, interesting. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not laughing at the situation. I don't think the situation is funny at all. But I do find the irony somewhat funny because I've seen video of this woman I've seen a lot of video of this woman, and I've seen her behavior, and the irony of it is Molly Golightly has been very, very vocal regarding this case. She's been very involved. I've been quietly keeping an eye. I have not clicked on any of her videos because of it, because I just know Molly and I already know her too well. And I know that that's exactly the only interest that she has in all of this, is just pure clicks and views. Which is why I'll tag her name, but I won't tag any of the McCrays. I just won't do that. But I see something very, very ironic here, which the footage that I've seen of this Dre McCray person, she reminds me of Molly Golightly. I feel like they're the same person. I'm just gonna go ahead and fucking say it. I feel like they're exactly the same person. And I find it really, really ironic that she is targeting this person. We see this all the time. A lot of projection. And apparently she recently somehow latched on to another creator, and I pinned the link to that creator's channel, Sherelle's World. I'm not very familiar with her channel, but she seems like a no nonsense kind of person, somebody that is right after my own heart. A no nonsense, no bullshit type of person, which I like a lot. So make sure, if you're not subbed to Sherelle's World, go ahead and click on that and sub to her. But she ends up calling Molly Golightly out very, very candidly, and doesn't seem to give a fuck. And I think it's like just fucking funny. It makes me laugh. And we're gonna watch that. Because it's fun. I'm not covering the McCray thing. From what I understand, as far as I'm gonna give updates more or less, in the sense that, from what I understand, he has woken up, or at least he's breathing on his own, or something to that effect. And his parents finally got to see her, or got to see him. Apparently, the drama was that Andrea McCray, for some reason, would not allow his parents to see him while he was in a coma. And you know what? Yeah, that's shitty, but it doesn't make her guilty of a crime necessarily. I've known women like this in my life, and I think that she is just somebody who enjoys having control, and probably had disagreements with his family, and probably just saw this as an opportunity to have full control over a situation and make them suffer because she's a shithead. So do I have any doubt? First of all, do I think that she had anything to do with his actual physical state currently? No, I don't. I mean, I have nothing to, I'm not saying she didn't. I'm saying I don't have any evidence to indicate that she did. I looked at it. I followed this quietly behind the scenes. I looked at it. I don't see anything to indicate that she actually did anything. I think she's an attention freak. I think that she enjoys being the center of attention. Absolutely. Without a doubt in my mind. But I don't think that she actually did anything. I mean, it's a stretch to say that she drugged him and manipulated him to the point to where he hung himself, because there's no way that she physically took a Marine and rigged it to where she can hang him and make it look like a suit. I'm just not buying that. I think that's really far-fetched. I think YouTube is going completely insane making these crazy allegations. But yeah, she's a fucking bitch. I'm just gonna say it. This Dre McCray person is just a fucking bitch. She sucks. But I don't think that she is physically capable, or even mentally capable, of being of pulling that particular thing off. Do I think that she sucks? Do I think that she was probably verbally and mentally abusive? Absolutely. Sure. Why not? There's no reason not to think that, but there's no evidence to indicate that she physically did anything to this guy to get him into the physical state that he is currently in. So no, I'm just not buying it. And we could go through, I mean, we might, it depends. There's no time limit here. We might go through some of her videos and kind of, you know, review a little bit. We could do that if you guys want, but right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch Sherelle. She's my new favorite creator. Give me a second here. And I think her husband streams with her, which I think is cool. But she seems to have Molly Golightly just snowed, man. I'm a big fan.
Hey guys, it's very, very rare that I go back to back, but I am seeing red right now.
Oh, she's mad.
I want to tell you what is going on, what happened to me with this Dre McCray case and this Molly Golightly person.
Welcome to the MGL world.
What's up?
I didn't even play my music. I don't even care about to tell him what happened. Listen.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a good mic.
I've been in this business a long time. I don't have time to play these childish YouTube games.
Right.
I'm doing that storyline, first of all, because I have every right to. I can do whatever damn story I want to, but it's a story that I felt passionate about. Don't come with me.
Yeah, let me be clear about that. That's the cool thing about being a YouTuber. You can literally do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I'm going to come up here and do whatever the fuck I want. Literally hours before this, I was talking about a school shooter case. Now I'm just talking about shit that I'm seeing on YouTube. You can do literally whatever the fuck you want. So you go ahead, girl.
With this bullshit of who can do what story and I'm gonna get her views. This girl's out of her mind.
Right.
So let me tell you guys what happened. I'm waiting on Amber because I'm seeing red right now.
Yeah, no.
So I'm being told
she's big mad.
Oh, so I let her come on my channel, Molly Golightly. I let you come on my channel. I shout you out.
And she got exactly what she wanted out of you. Now, welcome to the world of how Molly Golightly works. Now you know.
Helping the investigation. Hold on, here's Amber.
Right.
Amber, how mad am I right now?
I see.
No. I mean, I'm saying I get it. Like, the whole thing is this, and I understand.
Let me tell what happened, Perry. Hold on, because I'm pissed. She's here for clicks and views and YouTube fame. That's what Molly Golightly's about.
Yep.
Right.
Girl, stop. Don't play with me. I helped you out. I let you come on my channel. I shouted you and your partner out.
She used you.
I didn't listen.
That's what she does.
I expose you to a bigger channel.
She needed you though.
Because this was supposed to be about Marvon. Remember?
Yeah.
Marvon.
Don't get it twisted. It was supposed to be about Marvon.
Now, I want to publicly apologize for mispronouncing his name. I've only read it. I have not heard anyone actually say it. So this is the first time I'm hearing someone say his name. So from now on, I will pronounce his name properly. His name is Marvon.
A black life that at the end of the day, I'm starting to feel like she didn't give a damn about. It was all about
Molly
she does not
Golightly.
give a fuck.
But you're all in my comment section.
She does not give a fuck.
Telling everybody to go to your channel. Tell them to go to Justin's channel. Tweeting Perry, telling me to go off because you got some big news you want to drop on your channel. What does that have to do with me?
Oh, yeah, because she wanted to drop the fact that Letitia got to see Marvon.
So I guess Letitia's his mom.
I heard you were a nut job.
Did you?
But I didn't listen because this is not about the bloggers. This is about a case.
Yep.
Right. I mean,
Don't
it's
play
gonna
with me,
happen
Molly.
in the past over and over again. Like nobody cared about black music. Elvis picks
Well,
it up.
let me get into that. Didn't get into that.
Okay.
And not
All
only
right.
that, my channel is
Now,
about
I
how
want to be clear before this goes on. Being a white Hispanic person, I have no idea what it's like to be black. I do not. I empathize with the struggles that black people have gone through and what they currently go through, but I have no fucking idea, and I will not pretend to do so. All I can do is empathize, and my whole thing is, you know better than I do, and if I can be helpful, I'll be helpful. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm not going to give opinions on the things that they're discussing as far as the struggles of being black in America versus being white, because I wouldn't know. I honestly wouldn't know. And I think any white person who acts like they do should shut the fuck up.
how I feel about a case. If I feel like as black people, we don't get fair treatment, that's what I'm gonna say. Don't play that game with me.
For you to come on.
This is not about race, and this is listen. It's about race. If I think it's about race,
Exactly. You
Right.
get to say if
She
it's
had
about
no need to
race.
think about race. It's
I
about
don't get to
you.
say if it's about
See,
race. You do.
When you're
I don't
black,
get to do that.
you deal with black society and the shit that come on you.
our culture is different than
Well,
your culture.
no. I get it. But when you're a white blogger,
She's saying she's Hispanic now.
you talked. Well, I mean, whatever.
She's
Girl,
not
You talk
Hispanic.
about.
Yeah,
You
stop.
talk about Black
Stop.
Lives Matter.
This has nothing to do with black and
It
white.
all
This has
comes
to
down.
do with
No.
views, Perry.
Sherelle,
She wants the
That's
views.
it.
Sherelle, what I'm saying
That's
is that at the end of the day, she never cared about the blackness. She cared about the views, right? So let me run this story, get some stuff out there. But when she come on and say it's not about race, are you even capable of speaking on that?
That's my opinion. What you're doing is
Right.
throwing shade.
Right.
Okay,
right.
so
Throwing
now
shade.
I'm the
I
only one
love-
who can do this story.
I love
let-
them. I love the Molly defenders. God, man, it must be so easy, Linda Raby, whatever the fuck your name is. It must be so easy to just run through life being that stupid and ignorant. Really, like it must be cake. Seriously, like it must be life for you. Must be one big fucking birthday cake. Seriously, to be that fucking ignorant and that fucking stupid to not see exactly through her and what her intentions are by not paying attention to her actions. And your argument here, in all fairness, is, you know, she donated over $1,000. $1,000 is dick to her. $1,000 is nothing. You know what I mean? Like $1,000 to her is an investment for all of the super chats that come rolling through her channel every time she tags this dude's name. So yeah, yeah. Enjoy that stupidity. All of us in the chat envy you and your stupidity, because life must be so easy for you. It must be. Exactly. Thank you, B. Fergs. Exactly.
And let me try to make Sherelle look like a bad person.
Right.
And don't listen to her. She wants to make everything about race. Girl, get out of here with that.
Right.
Yeah.
She saw her as competition.
You know, the whole thing is,
what is going on?
She can't. I mean, and it's so stupid too. That's how stupid Molly Golightly is because she can actually like side with. Let's look at this real quick. So Sherelle's World. She has 363,000 subscribers. Okay, Molly Golightly has just north of 50. Now, by siding with her and talking with her and doing live streams with her, her sub count would go up and up and up and up if she actually fucking gave a shit and if she was actually smart. Now, she does give a shit about clicks and views, but she's not smart about it. She's not smart. She wants that instant. right there, right then. She wants that instant gratification. She wants that instant notoriety. Whereas if she actually befriended this person and her heart was actually in the right place, she would be growing and growing and growing and growing. It's crazy to me. But instead, because she's a drama channel, she thought, oh, well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to start some sort of feud with this person. And I guarantee you, I would almost guarantee, I don't know, I can't speak for this Sherelle person, I don't know. But I would assume that she's going to use this live stream right here, vent, and then never mention Molly again. That's what I would assume is going to happen, which I think is really funny. Which is exactly the opposite of what she wants to do.
We always, well, look, at the same time, we always know that when you give a person an opportunity to shout out their channel and do all this stuff, shit can go haywire, right? And pretty much that's what it did. It don't take much for some people. Like, you can give them a handout later. Hey, you know what? Let's shine this story. Regardless of who you could be, a homeless guy behind 7-Eleven, right? But you get a good story. Let's talk about the story. But don't act like you bigger than the story, right? And that's what I think that's happening.
That's exactly
right?
what she
People
does.
feel like they're bigger than the story. Oh, we can do this. We can do that. But me personally, just how shit's been falling down since we let you on the channel, I'm saying fuck you and Justice.
Fuck you and
I'm
Justice.
just keeping it real, right? I mean, because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm a fucking black man. And we talking about a black life, right? And you can't tell me whether I feel like it's a racist situation.
Now y'all see why I wanted to run this stream, right? Like this is like the title says, this is petty as fuck, but I just enjoy seeing people like tell Molly Golightly to go fuck herself. I think it's fucking hilarious.
They're not. So if you can't see that with all the evidence you're trying to pull up, you talking to black mamas and daddies and shit like this, but at the same time you can't see it, then something was fucking wrong with you.
Absolutely.
Saying, like, you know,
absolutely.
Don't come with this, well, I'm getting views because I can talk about, you know, the lynching of a brother.
I'm only going to mention her once. Listen, you're no better than Katie Joy.
No, they're the same.
As I'm concerned,
they're absolutely the same.
Shame on you.
Yeah, Katie Joy could have had more.
That's why I didn't listen. Real quick,
and I'm not going to play this game.
Let me stop them because I got so many emails from people wanting me to get involved in this case, and I saw the people that were directly involved, and I was like, nope. Nope. Because I mean, dude, I don't want shit to do with Katie Joy. I don't want shit to do with Molly Golightly. I'll talk shit about him because it's funny. But I wasn't about to use this man's tragedy as some excuse to talk shit about them. I just wasn't going to do that. Now that he's on the road to recovery, he's getting better. Now I feel a little more comfortable talking shit about Molly Golightly because it's just fun to talk shit about Molly Golightly because she sucks. But make no fucking mistake. Molly Golightly and Katie Joy are one and the same. They are exactly the same person. Like, the only thing that's going on is they're in competition for clicks and views. They think I have a monopoly on this case. And if anybody who acts like they have a monopoly on someone's tragedy, what they're doing is A, being tragedy pimps, and B, they are not creating awareness. They're saying they're trying to create awareness, but if you were genuinely trying to create awareness on a case, what you would be doing is trying to get every creator that's in your corner on YouTube to discuss the case and create awareness, because your subscribers may not be the same as my subscribers. I may have completely different subscribers. That's the power of paneling. You know what I mean? We could panel together, and my subscribers will join your subscribers, and here we are creating awareness. My channel is now boiling over to your channel, and we're creating awareness to your viewers now. If you were really trying to create awareness, that would be your method, not, hey, this is all mine and shut the fuck up. And that's what Katie Joy does, and that's what Molly Golightly does. It's hilarious to me. And it's tragically hilarious that people don't see fucking through it. And this is a reaction to somebody who doesn't know shit about Molly Golightly, but now she's realizing it. She's like, fuck, wait a minute. Like, what the fuck did I walk into? And I don't blame her. And that's why I'm streaming this, because I think I find it very ironic. I find it very I find it fascinating to watch someone, especially a bigger creator, realize what Molly Golightly's all about and express herself out loud as she's realizing it.
This isn't about Marvon anymore. This is about Molly Golightly and how many clicks and views I can get. Girl, stop. I've been in this business way too long.
And I get it.
I'm not playing with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to play this game by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you, Molly. You look ridiculous.
We know also like a lot of these people like that, the gold diggers, they'll try to pluck you so we can say their name. But you know what? At this point, we talking about some serious shit here, right?
It's
a black
serious.
man.
That's why I came live. For her to try to demean how we feel. First of all, tell you to tell me to get off because she's going live. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
Yep.
Listen,
that's what I
there's
said.
room for everybody.
She knew.
What is wrong with you? There is room for everybody.
Oh, Sherelle. I
was warned about you.
And
now you know.
Share social media.
Now you know.
Social issues.
Welcome to Molly World.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what my channel's about. I have never called Molly and said, don't say this on your channel. Girl, get out of here with this. If I feel like if the roles would have been reversed, Marvon would have got more attention if he was white, then that's how I feel.
Marvon would be locked the fuck up. Period.
That is not taking away from the cause.
I think he meant to say
I have an
Dre.
opinion just like you have an opinion. Mm-hmm. You need to stop.
Now, I don't have
You're exposing who you really are.
I don't have any strong opinions on the case.
I'm not going to make
I want to be clear as this goes on, because they're going to express opinions about this case that this is revolving around. I don't have any strong opinions on the case because I have not followed it closely. I've merely kind of touched on it and looked at it behind the scenes here and there. But they are of the belief that this Drea person, this Dre McCray person, if Marvon was a white man, she would be in jail. She would be arrested. I don't know about that. I'm not saying one way or the other. I don't have an opinion on that because I don't have enough facts on the case. All I have is that police report. And I've seen a few videos where she is behaving a little weird. So I don't have an opinion on that, but that's not to say that I disrespect their opinion. Now, based on how much I know about Molly Golightly, I can say that I disrespect her opinion. I think that she's just a jackass. I don't think that she follows facts. I don't think that she is concerned with facts. The fact that she will consider herself a crime channel is laughable. And again, tragically laughable, because the shit show that she made the Summer Wells case, and I hold her, as well as other creators, directly responsible for the shit show that the Summer Wells case became. I hold her directly responsible. And for this becoming for her to get upset with these creators for claiming race being an issue, I think is ridiculous, because they have the right to do that. You know, these are people who have more than likely, if anybody, let's just say you put me, Molly Golightly, and the 2 out of the 3 people in a room, these people would have more insight on racism than me or Molly Golightly or that third person on panel. They just would, you know. I wouldn't know anything about it. I'm not going to even begin to presume to know anything more about racism than they would, because I've never really experienced it.
Make this about you, but I'm calling to tell you right now, I'm not the one. Please. You try to warn me about Katie Joy. Maybe I should have been warned about you.
Well, I mean, we did get some warnings.
Who does that? This is a serious case, a serious issue, and you're trying to make it about you.
Right. Yeah. And let me address this comment. Bees Knees is saying, why is Drea allowed so much time and access to a patient in ICU? The nurses must despise her. If I had to speculate, which is all I can do, honestly, if I had to speculate, I would say she is his wife. She is technically, by law, the next of kin of this person. So of course she's going to have that access to him. And I would think, in theory, I'm not a doctor, but I would think in theory that they would try to encourage a loved one to be talking to a coma patient as much as possible and try to get them, you know, try to plant some thoughts in their head to where they might subconsciously want to wake up. In theory, I don't know. But to answer your question as speculatively as I can, I would say that would be the reason why.
Yeah.
And you're in my chat trying to send everyone to your channel? Who does that?
That's weak as fuck.
Wait, what?
That is the weakest thing that people can do.
And you're in my chat trying to send everyone to your channel?
Oh, yeah, that's tacky.
That's weak as fuck.
That's so tacky.
That's
some Molly Golightly shit right there.
Yeah, come up and feel like, well, they gave me a shout out. They did this. Be thankful. Why are you in my chat talking about your shit? Go to your chat and talk about your shit.
Something's wrong with that girl. I'm not giving you any more life, but I am to tell you what you did today was foul
and fucked up.
Wrong, and you need to check your conscience.
And fucked up. She does it all the time. Exactly, Cherry. She does it all the time.
Because I'm going live. Why? Trying to undermine my channel. They're trying to make it a race issue. What? First of all, you are not African American. You are not. So you can't tell me about the African American experience.
Nope.
Seems like you're the one trying to make it a race issue.
By not making it a race issue.
She's trying to make it a dollar issue, right? Let me talk about this black guy that I really, truly don't give a damn about. But I can get views if I show some fake compassion, right? Because how can you have compassion for this brother that's laying there, damn near brain dead, but then cross my wife and say it's not a race issue?
She's reaching. She's reaching. Yes, you guys. This woman is foul.
She's foul as fuck.
Letitia,
so
you better check who you're dealing with.
And I was.
This is the second blogger in less than a 2-week span.
Listen, y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna go off subject real quick. There's this part of me, okay? This part of me that's gay as fuck but doesn't suck dick. I don't know what it is, but I appreciate the effort that women put into their fingernails and their hair and shit. This woman's hair is amazing. It is beautiful. you could tell this woman takes some real pride in her appearance and put some real effort into that hair. And I just have to point that out. This woman really, really takes pride in her appearance. And I have to point that out and give her some acknowledgement there. There's just like, I am so your heterosexual gay best friend sometimes. I promise you. And I'll just be like, girl, that hair. I just can't help it. Look at that shit. Look at that. Like, that had to have taken hours. Like, I have to appreciate women and the effort that they put into their personal appearance. And I see women with their nails, man. Something about fingernails. Like, Makeup Mobster is one of my favorite creators. And like, she acts like it's like nothing, you know, to do it. But like, if you look at Makeup Mobster's nails, dude, she's dope. Like, they're intricate as fuck, you know, and she'll just be like, yeah, you know, I wasn't doing shit, you know. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you do that? That is crazy. I see women with these long fingernails, and there's like a fucking like Michelangelo painting in the middle fingernail. And I'm like, how the fuck is that even possible? How do you even do that? So I have this appreciation for that. Just to give you guys a little more insight in the way my mind works.
Well, I'll say this. In the last 2 days, we said, hey, go and follow these channels. But now I'm here to say, and you know, do what you want to do. I'm saying this.
I already did what I wanted to do.
These 2 channels we said follow do not have our best interest in mind. Period.
And I'll be editing everything from my videos. Everything that has anything to do with that are all marked private right now until I edit.
But you know what, I mean, because it's like a sad situation. Like, you know, we can come together, do bad times, thick and thin. You know, we all got our own issues, a problem. But we come together for a social cause. But you get somebody who start to worry about a damn number, right? And it's just sad, right? Because
she's sad.
Is your thought about mankind, or is it about a number? And at the end of the day, it's not about mankind. It's about you and the other jackass in numbers.
Do we want to talk about the police report? Because I will.
Yeah, we might as well talk about it since we're here. Let me catch the people up that's coming in late.
Let's hear about the police report. I'd love to hear their perspective on that.
I decided to follow the story. It was brought to my attention by Amber, not by Molly Golightly, by Amber. Matter of fact, Amber, you introduced me to her. Thanks, Amber.
I know. So, again, do not listen. We're not doing JY shit again.
I know. So I know. You introduced this story is about. I decided to cover a story about Marvon McCray, and Amber hooked me up with another blogger that was covering it. I bring her on my channel. She talks about the case. I send everyone to her channel. Don't mess with Sherelle. This is the people's channel. Sherelle is family there. Internets are big and vast. She is beyond offensive. Yeah. So I invite her on my channel, and all of a sudden she sends me the police report, and then she texted me the next day. I called to tell her thank you for coming on the channel. She never called me back. Then she texted me the police report, and I said, okay, thanks. Then she texts back, don't show the police report. You're not allowed. Your channel's going to get closed down if you show the police report. And I'm like,
wait, no. No. Let's talk about that for a second, because I just showed the police report, by the way, and it is redacted. I just showed the police report. I mean, that's part of covering a crime case. So Molly prides herself in being a crime channel, even though she's not. But she prides herself in being a crime channel. And that's what that's called is evidence. What that's called is, in the drama community too, by the way, you crama people, it's called receipts, right? You show the receipts. I just showed the police report And that is considered evidence when you're talking about a case. So, no, you're not going to get shut down. And I love her face right here. Like, what? What? You can't show the police report? Yes, you can absolutely show the police report. The police report is public record.
What? And she
But yet
said,
her
yeah,
5-hour video is
it's
still
not
up.
redacted. And I'm thinking, you know how many police reports I've read on air?
Yeah.
Whatever. She's telling me all of this stuff. Don't do this. Don't do that. You're going to get shut down.
No, you're not.
Fine. I guess she was trying to dissuade me from reading.
That's what she was trying to do.
She was going to read it on her channel.
She think you're stupid, Sherelle.
Yeah,
Well, she already read it on.
She thinks you're stupid. And yeah, she thinks it's your first rodeo. With over 300,000 subscribers, it's Sherelle's first rodeo, right? Come on, man. Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely read a police report. If you have a police report available, that is one of the best possible things that you can use as credibility in covering a case. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. You're going to get shut down. And that's insulting that she thinks that she's stupid.
It on her channel, but right before you went live, another content creator who is on her channel right now also read the police report.
So so it's weird. So she's trying to get me to stop doing the story. Okay.
But nobody's on her channel is black.
Nope.
Just for mention.
Nobody.
I'm just saying.
But good point. Nobody on Molly Lively's channel is ever black.
Is that?
And when she does, it's really weird. Like people, like there have been times where Molly Golightly has had like a black person on panel with her, and she goes way overboard and makes it really awkward and weird to try to like relate to that black person in some way, shape, or form. Like I'm going out of my way to show that I'm not racist, which only tells me that you're fucking racist. You know what like why the fuck do you do that? It's so weird. Every time she has a black person on her panel, I cringe. Not because there's a black person on her panel, it's because how she ends up behaving while there's a black person on her panel. I'm always just like, holy shit, what are you doing? Stop. Oh, thanks, Annie. Make sure to sub if you guys love crime. Make sure to sub to 10 to life. You probably already are. But yeah, what's up, Annie? Thank you. I'm glad you like the new setup. Thank you. There's more to it. I got more stuff coming. It's just going to take a little time to build, but yeah, I got more stuff. It's going to be even wider and bigger and whatnot. But
people say how they feel on this channel. Mm-hmm. And if you feel like something is a racist situation, then that's how you feel.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't sugarcoat. This is the People's Channel. You could say, I don't like what you said, Sherelle. And I'd be like, okay. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. And for those who've been riding with me for a long time, that's what we do. We say how we feel. But she had ulterior motives. So she goes in my chat, tells everyone to go to Justin's channel, and I'm going live at this time. That's odd. No other blogger does that. You just
nobody.
You respect the channel that you're
on.
You
my wife. I don't do that shit with my channel. Let's keep it real.
You respect other people's channel. Right. But then she texts Perry, oh, I'm going live at this time. Should Sherelle get off? Meaning I'm going live. I want everyone to come to my channel, so tell Sherelle to get off.
Right.
Now, you've got a lot of nerve. You've got a lot of nerve. It's not getting to me, David. This is what happened to expose what kind of person she is. Thank you, David. And you're always giving me super chats. I really appreciate it. I do. To let you know what kind of person she is. And to let her know if I want to do this story and say that I feel like the black person's getting mistreated, then that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Let me explain something to you. As tiff as it gets, hold on real quick. Let's see. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Look into the women that was killed in Lumberton, North Carolina. Darkwater podcast covers it. but we need help spreading awareness of Indigenous ladies being killed. Okay. You have my word. I will do that. I will absolutely do that. Cherry, make a note of that, please. Let's look into that. Let's look into that. You have my word that I will. Okay. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but let me just play this because I think as soon as I hold on,
Right.
Say that to let you know what kind of person she is.
Okay, what I was gonna say was Molly Golightly is exactly what is wrong with the reputation of the true crime community on YouTube. Like, and I know Annie's probably going to feel a little uncomfortable if I bring this up, but Annie from 10 to Life being just exactly everything that is right with being a true crime channel and spreading awareness and actually having feelings about victims and caring about victims. The reason why creators like Annie, creators like Gray Hughes Investigates, creators like this that don't cross over, Molly Golightly is the reason why. Creators like her are the reason why YouTube creators are considered to be a joke. I mean, some of the best music are DIY, man. You know, do it yourself. Some of the best musicians, like one of my favorite bands is Fugazi, right? One of my favorite bands of all time is Fugazi, right? Ian McCray, or Ian McCray, however you want to pronounce his first name, he started Fugazi, but before that, he was the frontman for a band called Minor Threat. Those guys, Minor Threat, what those guys did was they took construction paper. They meticulously took an album cover, right? An LP cover that you would buy in the store. This is the early 80s, late 70s, right? And they steamed it so that they could take it apart and then make a actual like a stencil of that album cover. Didn't matter what it was. Could have been Peter fucking Frampton. Who gives a shit, right? Could have been Peter Frampton. And they made a stencil, and with construction paper they would print on their own. They would print on their own the album covers and the albums, and they would sell these records from the trunks of their car in Washington, D.C. You know, YouTube is basically the same thing. There are people who are borderline journalists, you know, they're opinionated, sure, you know, but they're really good at what they do, and they work really hard at what they're doing and putting stuff out there. They work really hard at it. And so somebody like Molly Golightly comes along and makes a circus out of something because there are so many idiots out there that subscribe to her and think that she's this blessing on things because what, she donated $1,000 to a certain fund. So what? Because that $1,000, all it does, it's an investment. It perpetuates more money going into her pocket. And if she's not making money and that money's not going into her pocket, it's not worth talking about to her. And the reason why she's talking about this case is because it perpetuates money going into her pocket. Period. No other reason. Make no mistake. That's exactly what Molly Golightly's her motivation is. And these people are just now catching on to this. So I find it funny. That's why I'm playing this, because I find it really, really amusing to see some creator who made a good name for themselves by being totally honest, you know, and being totally candid about who they are and what they feel about things, and built something, and then see somebody like Molly Golightly come along and leech off of them. and screw it all up.
And to let her know if I want to do this story.
Yo, Makeup Mobster's in the house. What's up, Makeup Mobster? Make sure you sub to Makeup Mobster. Again, she's one of my favorite creators, man. And Makeup Mobster's one of those, like, I love Makeup Mobster because, like, she doesn't give a fuck if you subscribe. She does not care. She does not give a fuck if you subscribe to her. She does not give a fuck about views. She will just go live and talk about what she talks about. And, you know, it's always interesting. I will sit there like your gay best friend sitting in her chat with a bunch of women. I will totally do that. I will continue to do it.
Story and say that I feel like the Black person's getting mistreated, then that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Right. And then by all fairness,
please, you're the one starting a race war.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please, it's not Black against white. It's about Black people feeling like, you know what? When we get arrested, it's different.
Right.
Can't argue with that.
When we get arrested, I mean, when we call the cops, it could be for something simple. They're putting us in handcuffs just to question us.
Yep.
When we call the cops, we don't get lovely lullabies written in the police report.
Exactly.
What a wonderful, amazing person, Sherelle. We don't get that.
No, we don't.
We don't get that. So don't try to down my experience or what I'm saying, or just because you don't know.
There's no way you're gonna know what her experience is
Sherelle
like.
against Molly. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You are not Black. You cannot tell me about my experience. Shame on you.
I agree.
But since you want to go in there and play these games that, by the way, I'm a pro at. I've been doing this for a long time. Like, Amber, tell her, if you want to start playing games with me, we can do that.
Let's play ball.
But you better check who you're playing with.
But, you know, the whole thing with these kind of people, seriously, they don't care about color, right? They simply try to find a niche to where they can care about views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what she's playing a game. She's playing a game. This is all a game. She's drunk with power, or what do you call it? Drunk with fame. She wants to be the only person responsible for that story. Who? You want to be the only person telling the story? Are you kidding me?
But then she asked for help, right?
Yeah.
So it's
and
one
it
thing,
says more eyes on it, the better.
Exactly.
When we reach
she
out
asked
and
for
hear
help.
Story,
Make no mistake.
Compelling. That's why we picked it up, right? But then come back. This is my show.
That's how
I
she's
need
acting.
the views. That's
Like,
some bullshit.
what?
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. I mean, wow.
But that's how YouTube roll, right? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, basically,
You never know, man.
and it's
You
not
don't know how
our
it
first
works.
rodeo with this shit, right? But it's good that you can nip this in the butt quickly than later.
Yeah,
and
Jamie
let
Lynn,
it
I
roll
agree with you.
3 weeks in.
That's why I'm streaming this stream right here, is because she's got Molly snowed. She barely knows her, and she's got her snowed immediately. She totally knows exactly what she's all about. She has her figured out to a T and barely knows her. It's really fascinating.
We just promoted this person 2-3 days at the max.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, people know we was wrong. This ain't the one. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Now you know.
At the end of the day, it's not anyone's story. It's the people's story.
Exactly.
And, you know,
if you don't want someone else to not talk about a story that you're talking about, then don't come to YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. Why do you think?
But then say, I need
how arrogant
carry this
is
story
that?
And do this for me.
How arrogant is it to think that you have some sort of monopoly over a story? That's fucking crazy. How arrogant are you to think this is my story to talk about? No. You're supposed to create awareness. You know, every time Molly gets involved in something, a little part of me goes, oh, good. You know, she has 50,000 subscribers north of that. You know, I always give her the benefit of the doubt. You guys may not realize this, and you may not believe me when I say it, but there's a little part of me that gives Molly the benefit of the doubt. And then what does she do? She mollies the fuck up. She mollies the shit completely. And then you're like, God damn it, woman, what are you doing? Stop. Every fucking time.
I mean, let's make this awareness. See, so people, you know, this is not our first time when people will come to us. Let's make this aware of this, and then when we do, oh, well, we don't want you involved. After they get the accolades, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Listen, I don't need to be involved
Bullshit.
with Molly. I don't need
No, you
Molly
don't.
to do a story.
No, you don't. You
Please.
do not need to be involved with Molly. No, you don't.
I have my own access. I have my own access to private investigators. I know how to pick up a phone.
No, and I already know what happened.
Yeah.
I already know what happened.
Sherelle's World. Everyone
I
has
already know what happened. She saw how many subscribers Sherelle had. MGL saw how many subscribers Sherelle had, and then she decided, hey, I'm going to use this case to milk your subscribers for myself and get views from your subscribers. And so I'm going to play nice and I'm going to share the information that I have with you. But then she tried to control the situation, right? Because for some reason, she still feels like she's more relevant than a person who has worked their ass off to build a channel to get to over 300,000 subscribers. Even, ironically, she wants to milk that person. Ironically, she wants to, use that person, but she won't play ball when it comes to using that person. And it happens. There's times where, there are creators that will say, okay, this is going to benefit me. Okay, great. But you can either be grateful for the interaction with that creator, or you use that creator and you chew them up and shit them out. And you don't need to do that. Because at the end of the day, the one thing that all of us YouTubers have in common is we're all just trying to make it. We're not trying to be famous. We're just trying to be moderately successful on YouTube. We're just trying to be somewhat relevant to the extent of I can do this and it benefits me in some way, shape, or form. Of course, there's a selfishness involved, but for the most part, overall, if you're a decent person, you're using your platform to spread awareness on an issue that you're passionate about. And once you do that, you simply sit back and reap the benefits of that. And you're grateful for them because that's not the reason why you do it. It's kind of hard to explain. You simply just do what you got to do, and sometimes you get lost in how passionate you feel about a particular subject, and it's great, and then what happens is people will support you because they see your passion. Good people will. And what's funny is good people will also be fooled. Like, in my opinion, the majority of Molly Golightly supporters are just dupes. They're dupes because she uses that. She's just not genuine about it. There are some of us that are genuine about being passionate about a certain subject that we're talking about. And then there's other people that are like, well, everybody's talking about this, so I'm going to jump on it. And when they do that, they shit the bed. They shit the bed because your greed cannot be hidden for, it can only be hidden for so long. You know what I mean? And that's what happened here with Molly Golightly. Molly Golightly clearly shit the bed. She got greedy because she's a greedy motherfucker. And then this person saw right through it. And what's funny is this person clearly is somebody who's genuinely passionate about this issue. And because she is somebody who is genuinely passionate about this issue, her channel has grown. Not just this issue, but God knows whatever issue she's taken on prior to this. Somehow or another, her passion and her genuine, her being genuine has grown her to over 300,000 subscribers. And she seems to be somebody who's just grateful for it. That's why she calls her channel the People's Channel. This is the people. You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want in my chat. You know, this is a decent, kind person. And she's successful, but the difference is whether or not, the difference to look for is whether or not somebody feels entitled to that success, or are they grateful for that success? This strikes me as somebody who's genuinely grateful for her success. She doesn't need me to pin her channel, in the comments here in the chat. She doesn't need me to do that. But I'm doing it because I believe that she is a genuinely kind person.
Has a right to be concerned about a life of someone who appears to be in danger. That's what I thought.
Right.
She is really clout chasing and exploiting. She's exploiting the victim.
Right. Exactly. She ain't no better
Hold
than
on.
a
Let me shut this
owner.
bullshit down.
She's exploiting the victim. How do you sleep at night?
Cherry beat me to it. Cherry beat me to it. So here we have Grace Cho saying that Sherelle is looking super racist. How is she looking racist? I'm gonna give you some rope here. Okay. How is Sherelle here looking racist? And trust me, I'm not one of those people that's like, well, there's no way that a black person can be racist. No, I've seen black people be racist before. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm saying is you are sitting in my chat accusing someone of being racist, and you have nothing to go on that. It's totally unfounded. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. I do this from time to time, and a lot of people don't like it when I do. I'm just going to call you a fucking idiot. You're stupid. And by stupid, I mean ignorant. And by ignorant, I mean stupid. You know, I mean, she didn't say that. She said, listen, let me explain to you. Okay. Since I gave you some rope, and I'm going to I'm going to humor you a little bit here. Grace Cho is saying she wants the case to be about race, and that's what she said. She never said that. At no point during this live stream did Sherelle say that she wanted this case to be about race. What she said is there are certain racial aspects about it. There are certain racial aspects about this case that you're never going to understand unless you're a black person. And I agree with that. The reason why is because I'm not black. How am I going to know? How am I going to know? I have no idea what her perspective is ever going to be. And that is a factor that plays into this, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. So the fact of the matter is there is a racial aspect involved. Because when it comes down to the police report, or it comes down to who was arrested and who wasn't, blah, 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 she being a black person and an African American, and I emphasize the word American, being a black person in America, if you're a white person or you're not a black person, Doesn't matter what race you are. If you're not a black person, you have no idea what her perspective is. And I'm not getting the vibe that she's abusing her racial status to gain clicks or views or manipulate this for her agenda. I'm not getting that at all. I'm saying she's providing a certain perspective and trying to educate those of us who could never possibly relate, but we could try. We could try by having a little bit of empathy, right? And I think that that's what she's saying. I don't think that she's making this about race. I think that she's adding that factor in because she has that perspective. She has that insight. The insight that your ignorant ass, Grace Cho, doesn't have. I hope I explained that pretty clearly.
Sleep at night.
Well, no, I mean, just the glorification that she may get. Oh, well, I'm so compassionate. I care about Black lives. But fuck Sherelle. What the fuck is that?
I just got a text message from one of my mods. Apparently, Marvon is off the ventilator and responded to Letitia.
That is good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's what this is about.
That's what this is about.
That's what this is about.
It's about a life, not YouTube wannabe blogger.
So all this shit now.
At the end of the day,
So she just got this text message. And this case, if you've been following it, and I've been loosely following it, has been about whether or not the mom, Marvon's mom, gets to visit this man, right? And apparently he now is responding to his mom. And apparently this wife of his, this Dre McCray woman, was keeping him from being able to talk to his mom. Apparently now he's been able to talk to his mom, and now he's being responsive. So that's a win right there. Case closed. As far as I'm concerned, case fucking closed. Now, if there's a criminal investigation that needs to take place, sure. But based on what I read in the police report, I mean, it's just a police report. I don't know. But I don't see that she actually committed a crime here. That's me personally. That's my opinion personally. But I haven't followed this case as closely as the rest of the people that have been. I'm just seeing somebody who is publicly an asshole. I've seen enough to say that Dre McCray is a fucking asshole. I don't know if she's guilty of a crime, but she's a fucking asshole.
Me and Sherelle can go on YouTube or not. We're fine financially, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're fine. We don't have to. We just go and do what we want to do because it's, sort of fun and we can make money off of it. But people like this is a damn disgrace to me, right? You gonna take a Black life. Now, you ain't went nowhere else. Let me do this and I'll make a bigger scene because I'm a white girl talking about this Black guy life.
White savior.
That's some bullshit. You and your punk ass.
Harry, calm down.
Okay,
The wife just checked. Like, hey, relax. Susan Primavera. People power, not color power. I agree. But you know what? I don't fault anyone. Who are we to say shit? And I am not a fucking liberal. I am not a liberal. This is not a left or right thing. I'm talking about just simple facts, okay? African Americans were robbed of their history. They were enslaved. The only reason that Black people are in this country today was because they were brought here against their will. And their history was robbed of them. To this day, I am of the opinion that to this day, they have a right to be pissed off. They have a right to be angry. Like, dude, I love people who are like, oh my God, well, Abraham Lincoln, you know, he freed the slaves and blah blah. Dude, listen, let me tell you guys a little something about Abraham Lincoln. Okay, this is gonna piss a lot of you off. It's gonna piss a lot of you off. I mean, the fact is like at this point, at some point in a long period of time through history, every white person was racist. Even Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, even Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was an abolitionist. True, absolutely. He was a hero, freed the slaves. But what people don't understand about Abraham Lincoln is Abraham Lincoln was also a colonist. People don't know that word. A colonist, meaning that he was on a committee that what he wanted to do was, yes, free slaves. People should never be slaves. There's no way that a man or woman, human being, should ever be a slave. Absolutely not. But they shouldn't live amongst us either, was Abraham Lincoln's point of view. Abraham Lincoln thought, okay, his plan overall, his large scheme was to free the slaves, but put them all in an island somewhere, right? Put all black people on an island somewhere. That was Abraham Lincoln's plan. Not let's all live together, holding hands, singing Kumbaya, living as one. No color exists. That was not Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was a racist fuck. He didn't think people should be slaves. That's fucked up. He wasn't a sadist, but he was also a racist piece of shit. Everybody, every white person at that time was a racist piece of shit. That's the truth, whether you like it or not. The majority, the general white person was a racist fuck in the 1800s. Like, oh my God, they have rights. They have rights to live, you know, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to get an island and then we're going to ship them all off to that island to where they can live on their own and white people don't have to deal with black people. That was Abraham Lincoln's idea. Just so you know. Just so you know, all you people who think Abraham Lincoln was this beautiful person, get the fuck out of here. You know, I mean, everybody was fucking racist back then. Everybody was. So don't sit here and act like these people don't have some sort of right to be upset. Don't sit here and act like they're seeing something that they're making up in their mind because you don't happen to think that way. They see it every day. They see it every day. And there's no fucking way that you, as a white person, can ever relate to it. All you can do is shut the fuck up. All you can do is just shut the fuck up and understand that there's no way that you can ever relate to anything that they have ever gone through.
Okay. Acting like you're on your show, Harry.
It's not my show, and I got to remember that.
Harry, calm down.
You transfer this over. I got some stuff to say.
It's not my show, and I got to remember that. My bad, Sherelle. Sorry.
Anyway, listen, we've been doing this a long time. Amber, you've been doing this a long time with me, before me. We've been doing this a long time.
You helped me. You started me.
Thank you, Art. We've been doing this a long time. We've seen this game played a number of times, and it's just not going to work. But I just wanted to come on here to let you know that I'm on to you. Shame on you. Like, girl, stop. This is not about you. This is not about you. I can cover any story, and don't you ever call anyone and tell them to tell me to get off. You've got to be joking.
Don't you even come on YouTube to act like you really give a damn about a black man's life when you don't.
It's so weird.
She doesn't.
I can't tell
I promise you she doesn't.
What it's like, what it feels like to be white, and you can't tell me what it feels like to be black. I
Exactly.
can't tell Perry what it feels like to be a man, and he can't tell me what it feels like to be a woman.
I sure can.
Exactly.
You just can't do it. And to get up there and make and say the things that you did.
Again, that is why people, I am pro-choice. I don't know what it's like to be a woman. Now, I don't know if you guys know who Bill Burr is. Bill Burr is a comedian. He made a very simple analogy, and this is going into the subject of abortion. He made a very simple analogy because people are saying, well, it's not a baby. There's a point to where it's not a baby, and you can abort the baby before, Now, again, I'm pro-choice. I want to be clear about my stance on this. I am pro-choice because I don't know what it's like to be a woman. Susan Primavera, welcome as a member. Thank you. I love. This is me, and let me enlarge my image here. This is me when it comes to the pro-choice issue. I don't know what it's like to be a woman. Now, if I'm in a room with a conservative woman or a liberal woman, right? Whatever each woman says, I side with. I don't have an opinion on the issue. The reason why I don't have an opinion on that issue is because I don't fucking know what it's like to be a woman. It's arrogant as fuck, to say the least, for a man to think that they have say over what a woman does with her body. Never carried a baby in my life in my stomach. I've never had that. Never done that. So I don't claim to have an opinion on that. I don't. Now, Bill Burr, he made this one analogy in his last recent stand-up on Netflix where he says, okay, well, if you mix the batter of a cake, right, and you put that cake in the oven, and then within 10 minutes before the fucking cake is even close to done, you take the cake out and throw it in the fucking garbage, you still got rid of a cake. You still got rid of the cake. You see what I'm saying? So you can't, the argument of whether or not that's a baby, bullshit. It is a baby. It's definitely a baby. It's definitely a child. You created this child. But at the same time, again, I'm not a woman. I've never been a woman. I don't know. I don't know what it feels like to carry a life inside you. So I support any woman and how they feel about that issue. That is the epitome of choice, in my opinion. That is the epitome of being pro-choice. It's your choice as a woman. Since I don't know what it's like to be a woman, I am pro-choice, meaning that I support your choice to deal with that situation however you feel the need to deal with it. If you're a conservative woman, if I'm sitting in a room with a conservative woman who goes, no, that's you're murdering a child, I'm gonna go, okay. and I'm gonna mean it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, okay, because you feel that way. Okay. I don't know any better. And if you're a liberal woman who's going, well, it's not a baby yet, blah, 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 I'm gonna go, okay. Great. That's why I'm pro-choice. I believe every man should be pro-choice because you fucking have no idea what it's like to be a woman. You have no clue what it's like to carry a baby in your body. You should not have any say over any laws over what a woman should be doing with her body if you are a man. That's why I am pro-choice. And I will always be pro-choice for that reason. Unless there's some crazy fucking miracle of science that decides that makes me a woman somehow, not because I get to say that I feel that way on the inside, no. If some way or another I become a woman biologically, I never will get to have a say over what a woman gets to do with her body, ever. So I will always be pro-choice for that reason.
Girl, you don't want this smoke. You don't.
No.
I'm done with you.
You
I
don't
mean, I
want the
know what-
smoke.
I mean, if she from Mayberry or where the fuck, but no, not this.
I mean, please, room for everybody. But if you
But
want to
then
play those
again-
games, you can play by your damn self.
But then
I
again,
won't be
Sherelle, you know
mentioning
what?
you anymore. I don't need you, and whatever.
I would say this, right? And even in these sick people mind, they gain from you just mentioning their name. But I get it.
Mhm.
When you get crossed by no good MFer, right? When you get crossed by these motherfuckers, right?
Mhm.
You got to say it how it is, right? But I'm glad we're saying it now in 2 days.
Well, I'm
2
one to
weeks
speak
from
my
now.
mind. I address it, and then I'm moving on after this. I'm not
Moving on.
talking about
Right,
that girl
right,
no more.
right.
No more. And Perry's right. Stay out of my chat and away from me. And
Right.
let's get back to what we're doing. And that's not stopping me, by the way. If I want to cover this case, I'm covering the case. If
Matter of
people
fact-
want to come up here and say how they feel, that's what they're going to do.
Matter of fact, I might even cover the case just because.
I mean, let me
assholes they are.
address Makeup Mobster's comment right here. She's like, "Why is the lady on the right so quiet?" Well, first of all, it's not her panel. She's just a guest on the panel, so she's probably just being respectful. A and B, she's a white woman who probably has nothing to contribute to this conversation. You know, she's just kind of sitting back and going, "You know what? Say what you got to say and do what you got to do." You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to get in the way of this moving train that will run me the fuck over because she's obviously pissed.
Right?
This is
I'm
a
not
good
even just
advice.
pick up and just
Just
start talking
laugh
about it.
and pray for Vaughn.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's the end of the day, right? But
Yes.
most people think numbers, and then they think, well, if I'm white and I come after this black guy, it's a bigger story. Yeah, and it really truly is a bigger story when a white person has compassion for a black person.
Mhm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It is, right? But bitch, you forgot the fine print where
Very.
you only doing it for views.
Stop cussing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's crazy. I'm just trying to say, one is I'm allowed to feel however I want to feel.
Mhm.
And two, the things that you did in my chat,
Mhm.
telling me to get off, girl, shame on you.
Mhm.
We going live.
I mean,
And you're
she's
taking
being
your eye
classy.
off the
I
meaning of
I
the
love
justice for Vaughn.
I love that she's still being classy. Like she is reading Molly Golightly the fucking riot act, and she's still being very classy about it. I find that really amusing because I don't know how to do that. I'm just gonna be a dick, you know.
All about. It's about Vaughn,
Yeah.
not you, Marissa.
Right. And Sherelle, let me ask you this though, seriously. Before we even knew her name,
Welcome, Bee's Knees.
did you ever get a text to say, "Hey, Sherelle, I know you may be going on. I'm going live at this time." You never got that.
Mm-mm.
So why would
She tell me to get off my live.
stop your business?
She tried it.
For her
She
business?
tried.
She tried it. That's
And then
why.
if your business was for her cause, you would let it ride,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
People are
If
going to
you
watch who
promote
they
what
want to
you
watch at
want,
the end of
you
the
would let
day.
it ride, right?
Yeah.
But when you start wanting that, you only show me one way, right? You only looking for some views, right? But when Marvon is over with, I guess you get to find another brother in distress, right?
Mhm.
Because your shit will go downhill. You and your partner.
And I wanted to clear my name of this. Those cash donations that she's asking for, I have nothing to do with.
There you go.
Mine was straight from the heart.
There you
It had
go.
nothing to do with exchanging money.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was just about
Good.
spotlighting
Way to go.
a story. I'm not asking for money. I don't want money. When money gets involved,
Right.
That's when
things
things get messy.
change.
Things
Yeah,
get
It
weird.
do. It really do. I mean,
Yep.
you know what? No matter what situation, that's why we don't do GoFundMe
Good for you.
or whatever, right? Because
Mhm.
I don't fuck with
messy.
GoFundMe's, man.
You
I
can
don't
hear
fuck with
somebody's
them.
story and believe them, but it may be true, not true. We don't know at the end of the day, right? But at the same time, I think she gave cash for the investment.
I'm just saying.
It's
Yep.
almost like buying slaves.
Yeah.
Harry.
Oh.
Harry.
No.
Harry, you're going too far.
No.
You're going
Yeah.
too far.
Okay. Well, just saying.
It's like,
stop.
calm down.
But I
Like,
don't
bring
have
it
to
back a
invest,
little bit, dude.
in
I don't
money
know
to
about
get a
all
story
that.
or a lead or none of that. It's just coming from the heart. Let me see what somebody has to say. Hey, Autumn.
Hi. Cheryl, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I am behind Perry.
I agree with you, Makeup Mobster.
Once
Fuck
again,
GoFundMes,
I just want
man.
to thank you for bringing this to our awareness because I never heard of Molly before. And with all due respect, I've heard of you before, Amber, but I don't watch your channel. So had it not been for Cheryl, I wouldn't know this story and all the people that I've sent it
I
to.
just openly shouted her out. Let her come on the channel. Like, girl, stop. What is wrong with
Exactly.
you?
But see, this is just like, to me, it's ridiculous for the simple fact, let's just stay focused on Bond.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own reasons for why they do what they do. Unfortunately, some people's intentions are good, some people's intentions are bad, and you never know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, let's concentrate on all the good that has happened thus far from the time that we've all heard about it till now.
Yeah.
His mother has gotten to the hospital. His father's gotten to the hospital. They're able to, well, his father's been able to visit. And if what Amber just said is true, if he's now off of the ventilator and responsive, that's what we wanted, right?
What we wanted.
So,
Right.
you know, that's step one. And as far as the justice for him, that'll come next, okay? So whatever her intentions are, let that be what it is, and she'll have to reckon for that at a later date. But right,
I'm seeing nothing but rationality from these panelists. Now Perry, a little bit, he's a little pissed, you know, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? Like he's a little pissed, but I'm seeing overall just rationality. These people are like, you know what? These people on this panel are like, you know what? Justice is gonna happen. You gotta have faith. Justice is gonna happen. And I don't know enough about this case to give my opinion. You know, I have my loose opinions based on very little information, but you know, I love the rationality from the panelists on here. I love it.
right now, what we needed to happen was his parents to be able to see him, God forbid, whichever way it turned, right? That's
Exactly.
happened, right?
Exactly.
And we needed to bring awareness to this because I listened to your live earlier and a lot of people were calling in. What you guys don't realize is, and I can tell you this because I have been in contact with a lot of different authorities, okay? They are aware of this case.
Okay.
They are
good.
working on this case, okay? But like they said, it has to take a turn. We need him to do A or B, right? And then it can
That's-
go in different
That's
avenues.
exactly what they told us, didn't they? Amber?
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that they're not doing nothing. It's not that they don't care. It's not that their feet are slow and this, that, and third. They are fully aware of this case. And it's not
Good.
just one agency. There's multiple
And
agencies.
I'm going to keep going on this because this started off, I want to be clear about something. This started off about just making fun of Molly Golightly, but these panelists have earned my respect, and I'm going to stream the rest of this stream because I want to hear their perspective on this case. I think they've earned it, to say the very least. I think they've earned it. I know one detail of the case is that the wife, being the legal next of kin, abused that power and did not let his parents visit him while he was in a coma in the hospital. And I don't think that that's right. So now that they have been able to see him, I think justice is being served in that sense, more or less. But obviously there's more to it, and I want to hear their perspective.
Agencies that are now involved in this case. And it's been because of our awareness, because of our calls, because of everybody's crying out and getting in touch with them. Okay. So that has all been a good thing. Okay. Because like I said, from the time you said this on Friday, I could not sleep. And when I get bothered, people get bothered. Okay.
It's a rabbit hole.
I've been bothering people on multiple levels. Okay. And trust me, it's being dealt with. But just like with any other case, they know things that we don't even know that's not being reported. And they can't tell us everything. But trust me, this chick is going to get dealt with. Okay. It just everybody keep doing what you're doing. Keep praying, keep writing, keep calling, keep the spotlight on this case. And it's not going to be.
These are simply people that are just trying to make sure that this family gets justice, that this man gets justice, that and whatever justice may be. I don't know the details of the case necessarily, but what I'm saying is they seem to just be genuinely invested in that this man who's in a coma gets the support that he deserves to have. They seem genuinely invested in that. And it comes off like Molly Golightly was using that, which is something that we know that she does. She was using that for clicks and views. And that's what they're accusing her of. But now they've shifted the focus on him and what their support for him has always been. And that's why I'm going to continue this stream. Yeah, I love to be petty and pick on Molly Golightly because she's a fucking jackass. But these panelists have earned my respect in the sense that I'm going to continue streaming this for the right reasons because I want their message sent out.
Going to be in vain. Trust me. Okay. And that's why I didn't come up earlier when you was talking. I was just listening. And I'm like, no, it's not going unheard of. It's not getting swept under. It is definitely on everybody's level. And you're going to start hearing about it being broken on the national news very shortly. Okay.
We're hoping that that's what happens.
It's about to happen. And, but right now people are trying to be careful because there's other things that they don't want to spook. If I take it out of this case and just look at the first 48 hours or whatever, you can't tell a criminal everything that you're working on, right?
Right.
So you don't want a person to know everything that you know and everything that they're doing, right? So they can't play.
No, and this is why we get so little information about cases from law enforcement. You have to understand, the cops cannot give too much information on where their investigation is, because what it does is it could tip off someone that they suspect, and they don't even want people to necessarily know who they suspect. Tat Von B Tat 799 super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. They don't want everybody to know who they suspect. So just, I really wish that more creators understood this and let law enforcement just do their jobs and follow their lead. They're the professionals. They're the ones who are investigating these things. They're the ones that are trained to do so. So let them do their jobs, man. You'll get justice. I promise you'll get justice. Just because you're not getting the answers that you want when you want them doesn't mean that justice isn't being sought out.
Their hand and let her know everything. We need her to keep talking. We need her to keep doing everything that she's doing, because this evidence that she left behind is insurmountable and is not going to be any way around it. She's done so many things that are wrong. So that's why I said there's so many different agencies. And yes, people say between her going over the border and getting this, that, and the third, there's so many things wrong.
Oh, wow. Case. That is so good to hear.
Yes.
That is so good to hear. I was frustrated earlier when I was honestly saying, we're talking, we're calling people, no one's listening to us. And it just felt
they are definitely listening. It's just that they can't let you guys know what they're doing, but it is being handled. Trust me, that much I can say, because I could not sleep. I couldn't sleep. And I was like, if I have to go to the White House and knock on the door, I'm going to do it. Like, exactly.
Bonji, what are you going to say? I love you, Bonji. You always have my back. I love you. You're great.
I love you too. She doesn't know who she's dealing with, first of all. And as Tammy Roman said on that channel that she was on, she ain't an MF factor at this point.
Yeah.
We're advocating for somebody who needs advocacy.
Yeah.
And I agree with the caller that's on who says we need to keep the pressure on. Unfortunately, we can't help but think that our voices weren't being heard because in the past they haven't.
Right.
A great example is the late George Floyd. Until that video became public knowledge, the law enforcement had been sitting on it for a while. And I think it's important not only to continue sounding the alarm, but to keep letting her know that what she's doing, she's not going to get away with it because we have Vaughn's back.
Exactly.
And Cheryl, if it wasn't for you on Friday, I had no idea about the story because I follow just a few people on YouTube, the main one being yours. And I had no idea.
Yeah.
And when you recommended that we go back and watch one of the YouTube
Videos?
people, I couldn't get through 10 minutes because of how upset I was. I just could not. And you were right.
I love her accent.
Those videos are just not. I was speechless.
All right, Susan Primavera,
speechless,
thank you.
They were to
know.
put the spit on him. I can't.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay,
you know what, guys?
Go ahead, Anna.
I was going to say the videos actually are helping, because there's one video in particular that I can speak about. The one where he was asking her for the $2,000 so that he can go get counseling. And she tried to talk him out of it. If you listen to that video, he specifically said, I feel as though if I stay in this house, I'm not going to make it. He made it a point to say, I'm not saying I'm going to do something to myself. I do not feel that way. But there's a dark energy in this house. And I feel as though if I don't get out, something's going to happen to me. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that we all heard that. So he was not the S word.
That's interesting.
So this whole notion that he went in there and did something to himself, he made it clear that was not his mind frame. Yeah. And people are very aware that that was not his mind frame.
Okay, so I'm seeing and understanding a little bit more as to why people feel like there's foul play involved, because they're saying that his mind frame was not that of suicidal at all. But he's saying that there's a dark energy in the house. I will agree that there's definitely a dark energy in that house. That Drea chick sucks. Like, she is awful. She is clearly terrible. But I mean, you know, the thing is like, I mean, how do you explain, I mean, physically speaking, how do you explain him being hung unless he did it himself? And is she powerful enough? If he's already this type of person who already understands that there's something going on, and he's a Marine, right? You're going to tell me that this woman was powerful enough to manipulate him to string himself up and in a noose and hang himself? I don't know. That's what I'm questioning, you know? And I'm not saying she doesn't suck. I know she sucks. I'm saying, is everybody reaching here?
Sound off.
Hi. So it's interesting because I've noticed a lot of this community doesn't know Molly.
I didn't know her.
She
very
sucks.
well. So she has. So you'll appreciate this. She has a cycle similar to JY. That it's the same cycle. So if you look back at Summer Wells or Gabby Petito, she got in a fight with Cash Gernon's mother. Like, it's sort of a cycle. You may not know her, but you may remember someone outside of the Petito's family putting dirty laundry and screaming at them. That was her. I don't know if you remember.
She was one of them, yeah.
I was surprised.
Wasn't the only one. She wasn't the only one.
Alive, and I said, I have a feeling Sherelle's going to back out shortly.
I was
But you don't
listening
like
to
that
you
kind of man.
today.
Oh my gosh. That's why
Yeah.
we gotta do videos like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was her. So like there's a reason she's part of the Karama community and not true crime.
What is Karama?
Krama, it's crime and drama. It's like, you know how
Crime and
90
drama,
Days,
yeah.
you know how 90 Days not really 90 Day, but that's what it's called. That's like
Yeah.
so crime is like it was crime, but mostly they just
I
go
love
against each other.
that.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
I love that
So-
this creator is like on her own line. She's on her own island of like 300,000 subscribers, right? And she doesn't fucking even understand that there's this disgusting problem going on. And Molly Golightly is one of the key players in how disgusting this problem is, where there are real people involved in real tragedies, and she makes it a point to fuck it all up in order to make money. She doesn't give a shit about any of these victims at all. She doesn't make any decisions based on any facts. Molly Golightly is a problem. She's absolutely a problem. So listening to this creator being educated on who she really is and being genuinely shocked, like, fuck, I didn't even fucking know she was doing that shit. You know, it's crazy. All she saw was a situation where it needed attention. In her opinion, this situation needed attention. She thought that she was going to link up with other YouTube creators who are going to help her spread awareness and get some eyes on this situation. And yet she did it with the wrong person.
So
And
said
so,
abort,
like, she's
Sherelle abort.
entertaining as hell. I'll give her
Oh
that. I
my
mean, she knows that.
gosh.
But like, she's been on Wife Swap. Like, she does a lot of it for entertainment, and she admits it.
She's been on what?
Wife
Wife
Swap.
Swap.
That's where she's from originally.
The TV show?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I told you that.
she's very like.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, Carrie, stop.
She
Go
said,
ahead.
hell
No,
no.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, just like it just I noticed a lot of people didn't know her. I noticed when Amber started to talk to her, I was like, oh dear, this isn't going to go well. And I was like, because I didn't realize so many people didn't know sort of her history. I mean, listen, she puts out the Cash App, and if that gets the family money, it's something. But this is kind of a thing with her. So
Right. No, I get it.
Thank you so much.
no
Damn.
problem.
I mind my business on YouTube. I was drawn into the JY, drawn into that.
I've noticed it's always Amber's fault.
It is.
It is, Amber. It is. I was
pattern
but
here.
I
No, I'm
really,
kidding.
I come on, I do my job, and then I get off. I'm not
But
on
you
YouTube
may
all
remember
day.
that stuff out.
Y'all, you've heard me say it. I'll say it again. Blessed are the clip channels. Chronicles of the Shady is one of those clip channels. Make sure you subscribe to Chronicles of the Shady. I love her clips.
Inside the Petito's family. She was part of that. Screaming at their house, and she
Oh
she
my
got
But
Summer
Sherelle,
Wells'
if you think
father
about it-
to lose his job because she harassed him so much,
Yep.
and they went down to help.
Sherelle, if you think about it, this has been just like some light drama. You've been through so much worse.
Yeah.
And the
I know.
amount of
Yeah, I was
good,
just listen.
the
I made
amount
this
of good
video.
that you brought from just bringing this story forward. And you really was not in bed with this woman. She literally was on your channel for like a hot second. And then that brought awareness to the story. And look what's happened thus far. And then you know enough now to just leave her alone and do your own thing. And please, I encourage you not to stop updating us on what's going on with Bond. Just do your own thing and just keep it separate and just keep doing you like you've been doing. This really has not caused you any harm whatsoever. At least you know what you're dealing with and just get away from that. But I thank her for at least bringing it up to the point where then Amber, you brought it to Sherelle, and now we know about it. However it needed to get out there, it got out there. And if she sent Mrs. Bond's mom some money, then thank God for that too. Whatever her issues are, that woman has to deal with her issues, and that's that. But just enough with her already. This really don't even have nothing to do with her no more, and we'll just go on and get justice for Bond on our own.
Yeah. We really are. But Muzz, I appreciate you coming up and sharing
problem.
that. I mean,
No,
wow.
no.
I just figured if I related to JY,
Let me
you'd know
shut-
exactly.
Let me shut this shit down immediately, real quick. Rebecca, sorry. I mean, if you comment in my chat, you are subject to having your comment dissected. Let me tell you something. Justice for All sucks. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. That dude has done absolutely nothing productive towards any case whatsoever. That dude is merely the afterbirth of Molly Golightly. Molly Golightly will even tell you that. Like, if she's listening to this right now, she's agreeing with me. She'll just never say it out loud. But I promise you. Yeah, exactly, Makeup Mobster. He's dollar store fucking Oni. He's if you ordered Oni on Wish, that's what you would get. Fuck Justice for All. That Justin dude doesn't know dick about anything about crime. That guy sucks. He hasn't done anything productive whatsoever. Fuck that guy.
Skip the bullshit. We get straight to understanding the cycle.
Wow.
Hey, Cheryl, can I say one more thing? Then I'll get off.
Yeah.
Perry, when it comes to husbands, you're the real MVP. Thank you for having Cheryl's back.
Yeah.
Carrie, that drives me crazy.
No,
guys.
Bonja, you right. I love my wife to death.
I love you too.
Y'all in the
And
chat are
let me
killing
tell
me,
you
man.
this. I tell my daughter this when I showed her the video of
Y'all in the chat are killing me, dude. I love you.
and I said to her, because I told you guys before, one of the things that bothered me the most about
Diet
the Vaughn
Oni.
situation was that people were subscribers and watch that happen over and over again. And I said to her, I said, can you imagine me watching Sherelle's show and then all of a sudden they go from eating regular food to eating dust and everything under the kitchen sink, and nobody's going to call and say, hey, Sherelle, what are you doing with Perry? Or hey, somebody need to get over to Vegas and see what's going on in the house or whatever. Love you, Sherelle. But there would not be no kind of way that we would just sit there and watch you just take your husband out like that. There's no way. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Thank you, Autumn. You always have my back. I appreciate you calling in.
Yes. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Muzz, I am blown away.
I'm an observer. You can ask AT2. We talk about this stuff all the time.
I had no idea.
She had
but
no
I
idea.
don't regret doing it.
I love it.
Because
No.
I am a person that give people opportunities, and that's just my nature. But when I find out that you have ulterior motives, I will drop you immediately.
Well, the good news is now is that it's probably better that it's being covered not in the trauma community somewhere. So at least it will get, regular coverage. So that's it.
Did you want to hang on, Muzz, or do you want to
That's
drop?
okay. I'll drop. I just wanted to fill you in so you don't get bamboozled anymore.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Bye. Wow.
Yeah, Sherelle, sorry about my language. I'm just saying, like, 'cause I get pissed off. And when I get into that zone.
Perry, I love Perry, dude. Like, he's getting pissed. He's just like, dude, I can't help it.
I'm not
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Carrie. I can't, but we're gonna stay focused on the case.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing. We'll go on Amber's. Amber's will probably drop it first. Then I'll come back over here, and then we'll do what we do. And
Every couple
Nosie's
days or
involved.
something.
So
Yeah, give you an update. Yeah.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh, look at these people.
See, okay, so the people in the chat that are saying, okay, Molly was talking about KJ. Okay.
Like I was talking about KJ.
Yeah, about the race thing. So the point everybody's missing is that Perry got a DM or a text or something while you were live.
Yeah.
And told you to get off.
Yep.
And then the fact that everybody was talking about race, because people do feel like it's about race.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you don't, then that's your opinion.
Right.
And it's not for anybody to say, don't make it about race.
Right.
It's just, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. So.
Girl, I'm done with her. Oh, I'm getting super chats. Hold on. Let me read this super chat and then I'll bring you up, Nads. Her chat is subs only, money maker versus freedom of speech. Wow. But she did have Vaughn's mom live on air.
Yeah, she'll use anybody for money.
This is not fair. Do we judge you based on your lawsuits and fights? Marissa is not doing this for any other reason except she cares. Look at the Amber Show and your history. Should we judge you? Yes, you should. And let me tell you why.
Yep.
Okay, smart Alec.
Thanks for the $10.
What she did to me was low. It's low. You don't have to treat other bloggers like that. We were coming together. And it is because of my lawsuits, which I've won. Don't forget to put that out there. $50,000, yes, I did, against other dirty bloggers. I know to be a blogger is not about me. It's nothing wrong with reaching out and helping others.
Oh, I like her.
There's enough room for everyone.
I like her.
And for someone, and now she has a history of doing this.
Yeah.
No, we have to tell people about her.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So you can talk about my lawsuits and go back and tell Marissa about my lawsuits. How when you want to get dirty with me, I get dirty with you too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
But also make
like
it
her
clear that if you don't do, if you can come to an agreement, Sherelle's very, very.
No, I don't. No agreeing with Molly. I'm done.
Well,
with Molly.
I get that.
I'm done with Molly.
I'm just saying.
Maybe with someone else. Listen, she's drunk with fame. She wants all the clicks and views. Girl, I've been there. I've done that. I don't. My heart right now is about Vaughn and helping this story. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for clicks and views.
We didn't mention a lawsuit.
From my heart.
We didn't mention a lawsuit.
Yeah.
How am I?
So I mean, for this person to come across, we talking about, and really, if you follow Molly and her
go back
sidekick,
over there, if you are
they
in love
ain't
with
talking
her,
about a
go.
lawsuit. They talking about a black man's life that they truly don't give a damn about.
Yeah.
Just saying, and you can wrap that shit up. Thanks for the $10.
Hold on, this person's been waiting. Hold on. Really quickly. Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, how's everyone doing today?
Oh, Natalie. How are you?
I don't know. You know, the fact that that man is a Marine.
Oh, see, that's what we need to be talking about. This story has touched a lot of people in a very deep way. The girl that came on earlier who couldn't stop shaking, she was so upset. Remember her hands were shaking?
Yeah. I was watching and I was crying almost, actually.
You cried?
I cried because my uncle, who was a black Marine, shot himself. And you have to understand, like, the fact that this is being taken lightly just breaks.
Well, Autumn, did you hear Autumn say, no, you guys, there are things being done behind the scenes, makes me pause and let's give it a little more time because.
See, this is what I wanted, sis. You know, I wanted to ask Diva that she's a nurse. Sometimes we could see what we do when people are not watching because every little room has a camera. If they really want to dig deep, I know the demeanor, whatever someone is doing when that nurse walks out to that Marine, man. I don't care what he did. First of all, I don't really care about the skin color, okay? That one, out of the door, okay? Bad, good, I don't care. Don't really care. I'm just saying, this Marine, okay, can we figure out if we can just even look at the cameras and maybe we could see if the demon is there because we can read people's aura, what they're doing, their little reaction, and we're smart enough to know, but nobody's going to do that because he's not worthy. Because he's a black Marine. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Natalie.
Can I address?
I appreciate you calling in.
No, I appreciate that. But by the way, you being attacked for whatever, you know what you just said earlier? I 150 on what? Let's repeat that one more. So you want 15,000 on?
Oh, you're talking about my lawsuit. You're crazy. Thank you, Natalie.
I wonder what she got
know you're
sued
down with the
for.
crew. I appreciate you calling in. Take
All right.
care. Okay, bye.
People understand that. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Amber?
I'm just saying, I see a lot of, little troll comments in here.
They're just that.
Yeah, exactly. So let me tell you how YouTube works. This is Sherelle's show. I did not make her come live.
No.
What did you call? You said
And Pugs, she defended.
I'm going live because I'm putting a stop to this now, and then I'm moving forward.
So for those of you who don't know, right? So Oni was this dude that like was swatting people and he swatted himself. And listen, I'm not a fan at all of J is for Justice. I'm not a fan at all. I don't like her. I'm just gonna be honest. I just don't fucking like her. She sucks. But like a boss, though, I will give her credit. Like a boss, she's the one that proved that Oni fucking was the piece of shit that he is. She's the one that did that. I was just fresh on YouTube when that happened. I remember this. But I mean, Molly Golightly defended this dude, and I don't know if it was because she had this personal shit against J is for Justice or whatever the fuck was going on. And like, it was just drama, right? But but Molly Golightly still defended this dude. It's really weird. But yeah, Oni was just this piece of shit who fucking who was like swatting himself, and he swatted other people. He was the only person that actually got outed as a swatter. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's not fucking acceptable. I remember being a YouTuber and being and being a fresh YouTuber and thinking because I'm really big on community, man. And I remember just being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is what YouTube is about? Are you kidding? Sorry. Yeah, the text, it was funny. This dude was swatting people and swatting himself, and he got caught. And J is for Justice actually proved it. And I don't like J is for Justice, but she like a fucking boss, totally fucking proved it. She totally proved it. So Oni sucks, and Molly loved him for whatever fucking reason.
Forward.
Okay, so y'all can stop with the I'm playing both sides, because I didn't talk to Molly at all. I didn't talk to Molly. I tuned in, heard the race issue, called Sherelle because we were just talking about the race. If she was just talking about KJ, great. But the fact that we were talking about it being some way in a shape or form about could be a race issue, that's still a possibility.
She's shady, and she knows what she's doing. And Letitia, you better.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
In the bed with, because that girl is shady. And now that I know that I'm not the first, or probably won't be the last.
Yeah,
that's why I make these videos.
Yeah,
anyway.
No, I mean,
good for you,
right? No, I mean, it's all good. This ain't about nobody else or Bond. That's what it should be about. But we know we got people that try to play off the system. Okay.
Yeah.
Use these people and act like they're sensitive and caring to their needs. At the end of the day, if you can't see this shit was part racial, something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm. That's how we feel.
I mean,
about it.
maybe
I'm going to say what I feel on this channel, and everyone's
maybe there's something wrong with me because I'm not seeing a racial issue. I'm not seeing that, but I haven't paid enough attention to it, so I'm not seeing a racial issue necessarily. But I'm not blaming them for seeing a racial issue because, again, I just don't know as much. But, you know, I mean, don't say there's something wrong with me because I'm not seeing a racial issue. I'm just seeing somebody who's just fucking an opportunist and being a shithead.
Going to say how they feel in that chat, and it is what it is. We will never mention her again, but I'm making this video as a warning to others, and I guess it's happened to other people. Beware of the name Molly Golightly, aka Marissa.
Yep.
All right, I'm done. I said what I had to say.
That was good too.
Let's pull some comments really quick because these people are crazy.
This is almost done. I love this channel.
Yes, we hope that he gets off the ventilator, but you said you
just so you know, guys, I have Sherelle's World. I have her channel pinned in the comments. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to her because I think she's great. Honestly, I really do.
Heard that, right?
Yeah, I just got a text that said he was off the ventilator and his mom, he responded to his mom. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. I'm not worried about those trolls in my chat because unlike them, I'm worried about.
No, her comment section is crazy too, man. Like I was looking at the comments. I was looking at the comments, and the comments were like just whining about oh, Molly has done this and she's done so much good and blah blah blah. Like what? And she didn't delete the comments. You know, to me that speaks volumes of this creator right here. Oh shit.
About it, and so I'm going to say what I feel on this channel, and everyone's going to say how they feel in that chat, and it is what it is. We will never mention her again.
Good for you.
But I'm making this video as a warning to others, and I guess it's happened to other people. Beware of the name Molly Golightly, aka Marissa.
Yep.
All right, I'm done. I said what I had to say.
That was good too.
Let's pull some comments really quick because these people are crazy.
They are crazy.
Yes, we hope that he gets off the ventilator, but you said you heard that, right?
Yeah, I just got a text that said he was off the ventilator and his mom, he responded to his mom. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. I'm not worried about those trolls in my chat because unlike them,
Makeup Mobster, email me. I'll email it to you. I actually tried to email you before, but I think I don't know. But I'll email it to you. I have it.
I'm worried about Marvon. And that's it. And I will and to let Molly know, I will do any story I feel like doing.
Right. No, I get you.
And I mean, at any point in time and for however long you want to do that story.
Yeah.
And these trolls need to worry about how they take care of their kids, whether they paying child support.
Okay, we're gonna go because you're gonna start talking too much. All right.
Okay.
I ain't trying to drop people's dirt, Perry. I am not.
I'm just saying. I mean, the hell with those trolls. It's simply what they are, right? And either you for the right side or the wrong side. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And guess what? We will be back tomorrow covering more of this story. So it is what it is. And we kind of start reaching out outside of that scope. We know how to investigate a story, and we got Nosy on the job. We don't need Molly. Please.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, and yes, he was a Marine. So is Perry.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Amber. I asked you to come on with me to let everybody know what happened and to know that we're moving forward.
Yeah.
Now, we will never mention her name again, ever. No. Thankfully so.
And Sherelle, I mean, the best thing is not to, because they make money off that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they sort of know this.
Yeah.
And
sad.
This I would say firsthand. Like,
all right, let me Navy vet, Heart for the Broken. I am a disabled Navy veteran from the Vietnam era, but I consider Vaughn and all military and veterans as brothers and sisters in arms. With us, there is no color. It's a family once you take that oath. every Marine that I've ever met or spoken to has the same attitude. I will always respect all of our armed veterans. So thank you for your service. Thank you for the super chat, but mostly thank you for service. I really appreciate that. I put the link in chat, guys. So you guys are more than welcome to join me. I'm sure there's a lot of people with opinions. So you're more than welcome to join me if you like. It's not often that I open chat these days, so you're welcome to join me.
I'm not discrediting her for anything that she has done to help this family. That's first and foremost. I mean, Letitia's there. That's what I said last night. I wanted to hear today that Letitia got to see her son, and that's the only thing I wanted to hear. And that happened, and now he's off the vent, so that's even better. So either way, that's what matters.
Girl, and
that's all I care about.
I get it. That's what matters, but maybe not to her. But we'll keep.
Okay, we're done talking about her because I'm over her.
Yep.
We're gonna move on. You know, she's gonna get what's coming to her. When you operate like that, nothing good comes to you. So I'm done talking to you for the rest of my life. We're done. We're gonna move forward. We do have Nosy helping us out. I have a lot of access, a lot of connections. Amber's helping us out, like I said, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. When I get information, since I'm such a clout chaser, I'll give it to Amber first. And then we will do it later on my channel, and that's how it works. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I made this video for a matter of record. All right, you guys. On three. Let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
So, what's the secret?
Good
How
for
have you
you.
guys made it work so long?
That's Sherelle. I think Sherelle's awesome. I'm a fan of that channel. I subscribe to that channel. I'm going to be looking out for her future videos because I just love her insight, if I'm being totally honest. But I did throw the the link in chat. Let me all right, the link is in chat, so, and it is pinned now. Yeah, I mean, it's just so pathetic, man. Like, that's why I never covered the case, is because it's just like, it seems like a personal family issue. You know, I didn't see a crime actually, and I didn't see any actual evidence of a crime. So that's why I didn't get too deep into it at all, or I didn't even cover it at all. I just didn't. Lately I've been talking about the Parkland shooter, which is just fucking bad, man. And there's been a lot of these mass shootings going on, and that's been really bugging me a lot. And I have strong opinions about these things. I have strong opinions about gun control. So that's what I've been focused on lately. So if this is if these are issues that you are concerned about, then yeah, you definitely want to tune in, but most people don't seem to want to. And that's understandable. I feel like people are becoming more and more desensitized to those issues. Hi, Little Southern. But as far as this case goes, I mean, if you want to join panel and educate me a little bit, you're more than welcome to. I got time. So oh, everybody's late, Pendar. Don't worry about that. It's good to see you, though. Yeah, I'm, it's just, I find it really fascinating to watch a creator just get a hold of Molly Golightly and understand where she's coming from. And I found it fascinating that Sherelle like had this very brief interaction with a creator like Molly Golightly and was like, yeah, I totally exactly have her snowed. I know exactly who she is. I know exactly what she's all about. And just let it happen. And I have no doubt in my mind that she is never going to bring her up again. Yeah, I watched the crime. The channel that I've been watching the most is Crimes Report. Hope SC. Let's get into that. Yeah, and dude, I'm not. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. As far as the Summer Wells case, apparently Don Wells recently put out wrote a letter to the God, I don't even fucking know. But I'll look into that. But let's give me a second and let me find something on this case that everybody's talking about here. Cheese me
for the weekend because
all right, so it's Cheeseman report. Okay. Now I get it. Cheese me. Got it.
more footage, with Andrea McCray, it's just making her look bad, guys. Overall, making her look bad, and she's not in the right. But before we get started, go grab your snacks, come back, sit back, and relax. As you guys see in the title, yes, Andrea McCray is admitting to, making Vaughn have seizures. Like, she put a whole ass live on Facebook where she talks about, the person, me, Andrea, who I am, my personality could make Vaughn have seizures. And we'll go over that video right now. But it's just so sad to see that, there's people defending Andrea saying,
stop right there. Okay. Just because she makes a comment saying that her behavior may induce seizures, it doesn't mean that she is deliberately causing this guy to have seizures. Like, dude, come on, bro. Chismoso, chill out.
Andrea's not like this. She's a nice person, blah, blah, blah. No,
nobody's saying that.
For all that.
I'm not saying that shit either.
Herself with all the lives she had. She's been on Facebook for what, years now? And say this all the time. Whatever you put out on the internet stays on the internet. So, all her videos, all her lives saying she did this, she did that, are still on the internet. People are going back, doing their research, and coming out with these videos where she's saying, I'm making him have seizures. But basically, this is
What do you
she said.
mean?
We had gotten, I don't want to say in an argument, but there was something that we were very bigly
Estás mal.
with each other. I mean, we weren't arguing, we weren't yelling, but I knew I was right, and my points were valid, and he was in the wrong. That's just a matter of fact. He was in the wrong, I was in the right. That's just how it is. And that's not going off of emotion. That's just, well, instead of me waiting for the right opportunity to talk about it, or me pulling off to really think about how I can word things so that it invokes a change in him, I just let him, and I don't want to say let him have it, because it wasn't like I was, disrespectful or rude, but I was,
come on, man.
I was reactionary. I was logical. I made valid points, but it was the wrong time. That was not the time to bring it up. But I was so stuck in right is right, wrong is wrong, that I expressed myself, and that was the reason he had a seizure. And I'm not putting the blame on me, so to speak, but I kind of am. And not that I'm feeling guilty about it, but now I'm learning that whenever I come at him about certain topics or certain things, it
might trigger him into a seizure.
Is so powerful, it can cause a seizure. Like, real talk. In the past, I have to go to the bathroom really quick.
Now,
in the past,
hold on.
Seizures.
Let's stop for a second, okay? Now, stress can absolutely trigger a seizure. I don't know that much about epilepsy, but I know that stress is definitely one of the things that trigger a seizure. But I'm not seeing someone here who is coming off like she is purposely this creator that I'm streaming right now, he seems to be coming off like he's trying to say that she's admitting to purposely making him go into seizures. I don't think that that's what she's doing. I think that she's expressing concern, and I'm not saying she's not a shitty person, because I've seen other videos where I'm just like, this girl, all she gives a shit about is her fucking social media status. But I'm not seeing somebody who's like deliberately, like diabolically making this person go into seizure. Like, what the fuck?
It was similar where, like, the night before, remember how we were outside with the fire and all of that? Like, I felt like his energy was off, and I was bothered about something that he did, and it hurt my feelings. I could have waited, because I knew his energy was off, and I didn't need to express it at that time. I could have waited until it was the proper time, but I didn't. And what happens the next day? He has a seizure. And then this time, the same thing. I could have waited. I could have looked for the right time, but I didn't, and he has a seizure. I am realizing there's a direct correlation with what I talk to him about and what he sees. Is like, it's scary and crazy, but that teaches me a lesson too, that I need to have a lot more patience and self-control, and me being right is never worth him seizing. Like,
does she seem ingenuine to anybody right now? Because she doesn't to me. And I'm not trying to defend her. I'm just saying what I'm looking at right now. I'm not seeing somebody who is malicious in any way. Am I crazy? Because let me explain something to you guys. There's somebody in my life right now that I really, really care about who is subject to, they're epileptic, and I worry about it. I worry about my maturity level. They have not had a seizure in front of me. But I worry, if I have the maturity to handle their epilepsy. You know, I've had somebody have a seizure in front of me. I've had an epileptic person have a seizure in front of me at one point. It was a very, very difficult situation to deal with. And I remember luckily I was with someone there that was familiar with this person and going into seizures, and the fear was that they would choke on their own tongue, you know, so you have to like put a wooden spoon in their mouth, you know, all these crazy things, man, that comes with it. But I'm not seeing, you know, if we're sticking to the facts here, we're sticking to this case. I'm not seeing, you know, this person, this creator is making her out to be this malicious person, but I'm not seeing, at least in this particular video, I'm not seeing maliciousness.
Like that, I would rather be right and inside myself accept that I am right, and I don't need to prove that to him. I know that he knows I'm right, and that's all that matters. He knows I'm right. He's just a man and doesn't want to admit it.
I'm making this quick video because it has been 1 month since joining the Cashflow 101 system. And so what I wanted to do is make this video to...
He's just a man and doesn't want to apologize and wants to push accountability elsewhere. And I'm not saying this because I want to expose like anything, you know, that, oh, I really have to go to the bathroom, anything that's like, you know, between me and him. But this is such a huge lesson.
Yeah.
And I feel like so many people can benefit from it.
That's also an argument that I'm hearing. Petty Patty, I'm acknowledging what you're talking about. I know that she for some reason just has this thing against doctors. But it's funny because there's a certain part of me that relates to that. I think doctors are just fucking drug dealers, really, you know. But there are certain ailments that people have that, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to fucking deal with doctors, and you're gonna have to deal with medication. There are certain medicines out there that are designed to help with these ailments, and you're just gonna have to bite the fucking bullet and just put your loved one on these medications. You know, natural remedies are not always gonna fucking cut it. They're not enough. You know, when it comes to evolving as human beings, part of the evolution is that we have medicine, you know. So I realize that there's this line when it comes to that. I realize that, but you know, what's up, Hope Lane? Hello.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear the crickets, and I can hear you now. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. How are you?
Okay, I just want to make. I'm good. I just want to make sure that I'm not echoing. I don't know how to turn. I just my like.
No, you're not echoing. You're fine.
First or second time on panel, so I'm a little nervous. But
don't be nervous.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert on this case by any means, but I can see why you're like struggling with not believing or not seeing it. That video was an old video. There's several unexplained events that happened.
Such as
she was very heavy after the birth of her third child, and so she was trying to find ways to lose the weight, from what I'm understanding, and she started an alkaline vegan diet. And then when she started that process, she went all in Eastern medicine. This girl's been around on Facebook for years and years and years. She was doing makeup tutorials. Then she moved into an MLM selling jewelry. And then she, went to YouTube and she's got a lot of following more on Facebook. I don't even know if she's got a YouTube channel. I'm sorry. But she does go live on Facebook all the time, or did. So there's a lot of videos that people can see, and the creators that I've watched have shown a lot. And the one that I sent you earlier, the Jezabella YouTube channel, she has a good breakdown of like what happened with Marvon. Marvon was discharged from the Marines with an injury to his knees, honorably discharged medically. So then she says he started having these seizures, up to 8 a day. She did not, well, he had PTSD. And
did he actually see combat? Was he a combat Marine?
See, this was before what I know. All I know is that from what, you know, she says he was a PTSD Marine. He was seeing a therapist. He had suicidal ideations before. But there's a video where he says,
well, are we, that's the thing, is, are we cherry picking, you know, what's truthful from this woman or not? You know, like, because here you are saying that this is stuff coming out of her mouth, but at the same time, people are accusing her of being a liar and a manipulator. So,
well, okay, there's a lot more to it.
What's credible coming from her? You know what I mean?
And you know, and what I've learned from true crime, especially since I've been on YouTube, I've always, you know, you're innocent until proven guilty, 100%.
Right.
I mean,
sure.
But her demeanor is very sketchy.
I agree with the fact that her demeanor is super sketchy. I will agree with that. What's funny is Molly Golightly has been so vocal about her demeanor, but the things that she's accusing her of is the shit that we that some of us creators have been calling Molly Golightly on. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's super sketchy. Like if Princess were to die tomorrow, there'd be a whole campaign that would be accusing her of slowly murdering Princess. You know what I mean? So
I do.
It's like, and I would be up here going, no, she didn't do that, but she definitely like did not give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to decide if this is just somebody who just doesn't give a fuck, or if this is somebody who's malicious. Because I'm not about to just accuse somebody of being malicious if I don't have proof. You see what I'm saying?
I agree, and I'm not either. I'm not in that camp. I'm just saying that her I don't understand Eastern medicine. I get it to a point. But when it becomes criminal, you said something earlier about criminal. She and Vaughn went across the border to Mexico
and bought Xanax.
A
lot of people buy Xanax across the border.
I agree. But I think there was issues with it.
Okay.
Either one of them was taking it beforehand, and I think it was Vaughn, and I think they stopped it. The VA said, no, you don't need that. Well, you know, they don't, any doctor today.
Well, first of all, if you're buying, if you're going across the border to buy Xanax, it's because a doctor didn't prescribe it to you. It's because you can go across the border and fucking buy it. So it's not prescribed. I'm curious if his seizures are stress related, and if the Xanax worked in a capacity to keep the stress at bay.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. And you know, in listening to her videos, that's what I tried to listen for. You know, she talks a lot and says a little. And it's all, I did this, I did this, I do this, I did that. So I mean, like I said, I don't know everything. I don't. I'm just trying to give you,
but I mean,
more perspective.
What's the conclusion here? Like, we have no evidence that she actually committed a crime, but we have evidence of her just being a selfish, self-involved person, right?
Correct.
I mean, that's it. That's what it boils down to. And her
Yeah.
husband ended up in a fucking coma.
Right.
And she wouldn't let his parents visit because she's the next of kin and gets to decide who visits him and who doesn't. Right?
Yes.
So that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. But
and now the parents have actually seen him, right?
That's what I heard today.
Yeah,
that's
as
what
of
I heard
today, they finally saw him. So what is
But
the big issue?
I think what that lady said on Sherelle's video was that there's still a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to. And you know, some of that might be that she is no longer allowed to see him.
Well, you know what? I mean, I know your name that you have put up here, Hope Lane. I see your picture
that's
that you're
me.
wearing a jersey, but I don't know jack shit about your personal life.
I agree.
So there's always my point being is there's always behind the scenes. Doesn't matter. You know, so why do we get to like dig into somebody's like personal life behind the scenes? You see what I'm saying?
I do. I get it.
And do we get to judge somebody based on that? You know, like, and I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not defending her. I'm not, but I'm not seeing a crime being committed either. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing any evidence of a crime yet.
No, and there won't be unless there's an investigation. I mean, there won't.
And maybe there's not enough to conduct an investigation. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we accept that? You know,
right?
That's the only reason I didn't take on this case. You know, I got email after email of people are like, "Oh my God, well, you did the Sophie case, so you know, because of your coverage of the Sophie case, you need to look into this." And the difference is Sophie was a child that was accusing her mother of trafficking her. You know what I mean? Like, there's a big difference there between that and this, you know?
Well, there is a few videos of Vaughn himself saying, "I want to leave. I want to get out of here.
So
I'm gonna leave." She wouldn't give him any money.
Okay, but
why
is she obligated to give him money?
Well, I mean, it's their money, their shared money, I guess, you know, and I mean, you're right.
All right.
You're right.
And I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Okay. I understand that I have not followed this case. So playing devil's advocate here, if the roles were reversed and it was a woman trying to leave, right? If it was a woman trying to leave, I mean, you know, is she entitled to the money that is being made off of Facebook lives or whatever? You know, I mean, he's the provider, is he not? Or is she the provider?
No. From what I understand, when he left the Marines, I think he was supporting her and her career. That's what I think. I think he was a stay-at-home.
So why does he not have control over? Why does he not have control over his own money then?
Maybe that's how they ran their family. I don't know.
Okay, but she's automatically the villain because she wields knives in her videos, and it's all fucking disturbing. I get that, you know, but like, why can't he just get up and leave? You know what I mean?
Well, he could. I left with no money. I left.
Most people do,
no
right?
Absolutely.
Right. That's how you leave an abusive relationship. Usually, when you're in an abusive relationship, it's because somebody has that kind of control over you, and then you decide, okay, I'm going to just fucking leave, and I'm going to live. I'm going to, even if I'm homeless and on the street and I have nothing. I have enough self-respect to where I'm just not going to put up with this anymore, and I'm out. Right?
I think I think he got a large sum of money from what I understand. And again, it's supplement. I'm just watching the videos from an operation he was supposed to have had, a vasectomy, and it was messed up, and he got a large sum of money from that. Plus, he gets I think the VA check goes into their account. So there was that, number one. So some of it was his money. And again, you fight that in court. You don't, if you really need to leave, you fight that in court.
Did he okay, you never answered this, but
let me ask.
Did he actually see combat as a Marine?
That I do not know. I really don't. I wish,
because I understand the PTSD. If that's what I'm getting at is
right.
if he suffered from PTSD from combat, I understand that to a certain degree, but even still, it's like, okay, why are you choosing to hang yourself, right?
Well,
and I think I think that I think that he absolutely hung himself. The question is, did she have enough influence over him to where she takes the blame for him hanging himself because she's so egotistical and so social media oriented, right?
She thought she could fix him or something. I don't really know. I wish I did know.
What the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I mean, am I crazy or
no?
Or
I mean,
am I looking at this situation as something that people on a mass level are overthinking? You know what I mean?
Well, it's, I don't know. It's like if you see smoke, there's fire. I mean, there's got to be something, like let's just take Chris Watts. Nobody saw that coming.
Oh, fucking Chris Watts. Okay.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. It's not against you. It's just like, fuck, every time I hear that name.
But it's just, nobody saw it coming, right? But with this, there's like this happens, and then this happens, and then this.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate again. So, in that same regard, is Shanann to blame for him cheating? You know
Absolutely
what I mean?
Not.
Is she to blame for him straying? You know what I mean? So you can't cherry pick as to when someone else is to blame for someone else's actions and when someone isn't. So here we are, and this guy clearly decided to make the decision to hang himself, right? Is she to blame for that? I mean,
no, I think we all make our own choices.
So why is this situation being discussed in such a mass level as to, you know what I mean? Like, this dude clearly had emotional problems and he had the means to be able to walk away. He had access to his own money. So fucking walk away. You know what I mean?
Well, he tried to walk away several times from what I understand.
Did he try or did he just not fucking do it? You know what I mean? Like
that I don't know.
Try?
I don't know. I'm not in his. He told her he was done with her. He was leaving. For whatever reason, he didn't leave, I guess.
Dude, and look, Sweet Dreams is right here, and I love Sweet Dreams. Sweet Dreams is always in my chat. And no disrespect to any of you, okay? Like, we all have different opinions, and your opinions are welcome. She's saying he wanted $2,000 of his money so he could go to a doctor, I believe. She wouldn't give him his own. But if they're married, you can go into a bank account straight up. You can walk to a bank, into a bank and go, that's my fucking money. Give me my fucking money. You know? Even if she earned it, right? Like, he's entitled to that money. Is he not? She can't stop him from getting that. She can't legally stop him from getting that money. So what stopped this guy from walking into a bank and going, I want this money and I want to go, period. Like, you're not going to stop me from doing that. What are we arguing about here? I mean, we're not arguing. I'm saying, like, what is the big discussion here? It makes no sense to me. Like, why couldn't he just walk into a bank, pull out his money, and walk away?
I don't know. I don't
She
know
could
that
sue him later if she wanted to. Whatever.
Right.
She could be like,
I don't.
you know what I mean?
I don't.
In
I don't
divorce
know that he had
proceedings,
the.
whatever.
I don't know that he had the capacity. They were taking kratom. Number one, I know, because she said so. And she said she was taking it. He was taking it. I think she was even
No,
giving it to the
that's a
children.
good question, Petty Patty. Petty Patty is she's implying here, you know, that there's some sort of control or whatever, right? What stops
Right.
a female DV victim from going into the bank and getting the money out? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
But it
Fucking
does.
walk into the bank and get your fucking money and leave, you know? Like, walk into the bank, get your money and leave. What's the problem?
Well, I didn't do that because I knew I was too afraid to. I'll be honest.
Okay, fair enough. Why was he afraid? You know, you see what I'm saying? Like he's
Maybe he was afraid
and
for
I
the
understand,
children.
and I'm on the side of women here. You know, like
Right.
for women being victims of DV, I've been a victim of DV, right? But for women being victims of DV, it's a lot easier to give that excuse that, okay, well, they were afraid, right? But this dude, what's he afraid of? You know what I mean? What's he afraid of?
Right.
Why is he this overall victim? You know, I'm of the opinion so far, based on what I know of this case, the fact that he is in a coma is influencing people's opinion over the entire situation. You know, he tried to unalive himself. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Right, but you know, he had choices beyond that. You know, he didn't have to try to unalive himself. He has kids.
Right.
You know, he had the means and the capacity mentally to make better choices, right?
She
And then
let me just say one thing. She did put on a live. They were arguing, and that he had gone to the psychiatrist at the base or the VA or wherever, and said that he told her that the psychiatrist said he had PTSD from her. And I don't know if I'm reading that wrong from watching the videos that I've seen or what. And she didn't want to hear that. And that was like one of their last huge fights from what I could gather. And that's when he asked her for the $2,000. So I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know their finances. I don't know how
that's what I'm saying is like
or,
if they're legally married, he's just as entitled, right? I mean, I don't know. I've never been legally married, so I don't know.
Oh,
you know
somebody's saying they didn't have a bank account. Oh. I don't know.
Okay, so why couldn't he just physically just take the fucking money? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Marine. I'm trained to kill. I'm taking the money. Fuck you. You know, you're a fucking you're a harpy, and you're controlling my life, and I'm sick of you controlling my life. So I'm taking this money. Call the cops if you want. You know, but I'm taking this money, and I'm going to check into a hotel room until I find an apartment. Why didn't he do that? Why was suicide the answer when he has kids? Is the question. And that's a valid question, because I think a lot of people are asking the same question. The people that are feeling like he's the victim are asking that same question. Why did he feel like, you know, why did she have that much influence over his life? Why did she have that much control over his life? But I'm of the opinion that he allowed that to happen.
Well, a lot
because
of people
I'm not hearing any evidence to contradict that he had the means to just be like, listen, you crazy bitch, I'm out. You know what I mean?
A lot of people are of the opinion that she kept him drugged.
That she
So
kept him
that,
drugged?
yeah.
Did he didn't
With the
willingly take these
kratom.
drugs?
Well, I know that I saw a video where he was like half asleep and she opened up his mouth and put the kratom in his mouth. I mean, the woman
Okay.
put spit all over his body. She's crazy.
I saw that. Yeah. No,
I
she's
mean,
clearly nuts. Now, I'm not
she's
denying
crazy.
that. Okay. Yeah. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is despite all of the evidence that she's a fucked up, crazy person, there's no evidence that she actually committed any crimes. Right? And did we see her put the spit all over this person, or are we seeing evidence of somebody who decided to go online and create controversy and say that she put spit all over this person, right? Because that's all we saw. All we saw was a video of her saying, "I put spit on him." We didn't see her put the spit on him. She just made a video saying that she did, right? Which is very Molly go lightly to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I didn't hear that from her though. I didn't hear from her. I don't get any of my.
I did. I saw the video. I saw the video where she's like, "I put spit all over him," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know. So I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is she just? I'm seeing her being just another Molly Golightly, really, because I think that's some shit that Molly Golightly would do and say to get more views and clicks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I do know what you mean, but I don't know. I don't know the answer. Like I said, I don't know the whole case. I just know what I've been watching in the last 4 or 5 days, and I've watched a bunch of videos on them, and I don't know. I don't know if there's a.
How
What
much
I
do
when I
any of
read
us
the
actually
police
know?
report,
How much does anybody who's been following this, how much do they really know? How much information are you just getting from fucking YouTubers? You know what I
When I
mean?
read the
Like, how much
police
do you really know
report-
about these people?
when I saw the police report on Sherelle's live, I stopped the video, of course, and read each page, and because they read most of it out loud, but it was long. I have never seen an incident report that long, and evidently she convinced the police department that he did everything and that she said, and she also tried the narrative of he was very abusive, he did this, he did that, and but her videos show otherwise. Her videos shows that she was the abusive one, or the more
Sure.
controlling.
No, if there's a question of who's abusive, I'm agreeing with you. I think that she was definitely the aggressor. I agree with that. I'm not denying that. Let me address this person because they just called me a fucking idiot. Anna Maria, suck a dick, first of all, for calling me an idiot. But let me address why you're calling me an idiot. And you're saying the info came from Dre herself. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that all we saw was her put out a video. Now, somebody just said that they saw her put saliva on him. I didn't see that. Maybe that video exists and I just didn't see it. What I'm saying is she put out a video saying that she put saliva all over him. For whatever fucking reason, I have no idea. And that's gross, by the way, because I don't care how in love with you I am. Don't spit on me. It's gross, but I'm not seeing I'm seeing somebody who is just looking for clout and she's looking for validation in some way. But I'm not seeing evidence that she did something to this guy to make him get to this point necessarily that this guy couldn't have walked away from at some point. I mean, the reason why I could say that is because I've been in situations with crazy fucking women where I'm just like, you know what? This is crazy, and I see where this is going, and I'm out. You know, and if I had the discipline of a Marine, it would have been that much easier for me. Now, maybe he doesn't share the same
Well, I don't
personality
know. I
traits that
mean,
I
it's,
have. You know, maybe it's easier for me. You
I
know,
don't know
okay.
how much, if he was, you know, if he got addicted to pain medicine from his knees. You know, I don't know that. So I was just
That's
thinking,
what I'm
okay,
saying.
I'll be devil's advocate for a minute, and let's say that happened, and so he got, you know, where he needed that, and the doctor said, no more, you're done, you should be better now, or this, that, and the other, and then the same goes for the Xanax. Because I know for a fact that if you overuse Xanax or use Xanax and you stop taking it, you know, without
Or are
weaning
we
off, you could.
overthinking? Are we overthinking the entire Xanax factor?
That
That's
I
another
don't
question.
know.
Right, right. And you know, Chronicles of the Shady is she says the question is what charges could be brought as a result of him trying to take his life? Probably
None.
none. That's what I'm saying. Probably none. You know, and so
Absolutely
why
none.
are we as a mass like coming up with shit to you know
Well,
what
there
I
is a
mean?
charge that she could be brought on by the seizures. She didn't call for help. That is an arrestable offense. It's a misdemeanor charge, but it is an
Right.
arrestable offense.
And is a DA even going to bother pursuing that? You know,
I don't know.
Do I think that she used his seizures for content? Sure. I do believe that. I saw the
I
footage
do too.
myself. I saw that
Yeah.
shit. So yeah, I think that she sucks? Absolutely. I think she's a fucking horrible person. I think that she used this guy's you know, physical ailments as content to you know, but what's really funny is, and what's really ironic is I could say the same thing about Molly Golightly. How many times did we see Molly Golightly sitting in a hospital filming Princess who's dying of drinking, and then she goes out to the fuck and she's going, oh my god, Princess, oh my god, Princess, I don't know what I'm gonna do without my best friend Princess, and he's in the hospital and I don't know what to do with him, blah blah blah. And then she takes him out to the fucking bar and gets him drunk. So what the fuck, you know what I mean? So why is she any different than this lady? What I'm saying is a crime hasn't actually been committed. You know what I mean? Like I'm not seeing evidence of a crime that has actually been committed. You know,
Unless he wakes up and says, "Hey, I didn't take those drugs. You know, they were given to me unbeknownst to me." That would be a crime.
yeah. I mean, we don't know what she was actually feeding him either. You know what I mean? But there has to be evidence. You know, like she's all natural and she's vegan and she's all natural and she's
powder.
She could be giving him fucking cyanide. You know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know what the fuck that actually is, what she's feeding him. But the thing is he's going to be tested while he's in the hospital. He's going to be tested for drugs. And since no drugs have been detected, and I'm assuming that because she hasn't been placed under arrest, there's been no suspicion of foul play yet. You know what I mean? So what are we all talking about here? I mean, is this just content based on content? You know what I mean? Are we making up content based on somebody else's content being her content? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we all just blowing this woman up and making her more popular? Ironically.
Know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd hate to be her if that was the case.
No, she loves it.
Either way,
she loves it. I believe that Molly Golightly loves when people shit on her for how she treats Princess. I believe she loves it because she gets more views and her ad revenue rolls in. I think she loves it.
I agree.
So
I agree.
how are we not like promoting McCray? Right? Because all she's going to keep doing, as long as she's not in jail, she's going to keep putting out content. And the more people hate her, she's going to have more content to put out, right?
Yep.
So
not if Sherelle has anything to do with it.
Yeah, Kathy, exactly. Like we saw Molly go lightly and she put it on private, but we saw her like on panel with somebody, and it was like the first time in forever, if ever, I saw her have a productive live stream. And she had this live stream going on where she was talking to this dude, and then she just like, Adrian, and then she put on this fucking weird act. And I know it was a fucking act. I don't care what anybody says. It was a fucking act. And she was going, Adrian, you know, and got all this attention. And then she went live again. Her son ended the live, and then she went live again like 5 minutes later. 5 minutes later, said the cops showed up. And then was like, I'm fine. I'm good. I don't know why that happens. You know, no, dude. There's there's no medical explanation for that. And what that tells me is that you were just putting on an act to get more attention because you weren't getting enough super chats because you were actually conducting a productive live, and you didn't get enough super chats for it.
I agree with that. I don't watch her, so I watch the clip channels. That's it.
Yeah, and same here. I can honestly say that I've never once clicked. I've never once clicked on her channel when it came to this Marvon case, because I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing it. But now I'm just like looking at everything that's happening, and I'm just like, well, you know, why is anybody fooled as to what's happening here? Like, when are you people gonna fucking learn? You know, at the end of the day, there are certain YouTube creators, namely her, that have turned a personal family issue into a attempted murder case. And it's like, there's no evidence to indicate that. There's none. I've been watching behind the scenes. I haven't been covering it. I've just been watching behind the scenes, and I'm like, I don't see any evidence to dictate that this is a potential attempted murder case. I see just a YouTuber or a Facebook Live person who wants clout.
Now, I will say the few creators that I have watched started well before Molly on this case.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, and I get it because she's a public figure, you know, and I'm not trying to, like, there's the Sherelle channel and they feel that there's something deeply going on, and then there's that Cheeseman channel, you know, that's saying that there's something deeper going on, and I'm just not seeing it. Like, when I watched this guy, right?
It's just so
Let me
crazy.
go ahead and
then
share
I'm
this.
looking at our past marriage and how much I have changed as a person because before.
Let's listen to his commentary real quick.
Down, but then the opportunity.
Reason I'm having this, you're the reason I fall and shake. I don't know if you guys remember the whole argument.
Oh, sorry.
Tell
There's
me
an
about your
ad.
bond.
Hold on.
Yeah, she's the first one to email me on my birthday every.
If you guys don't, I'm gonna play a little snippet of it. But yeah, she recorded a whole argument. She thought she was gonna be in the right, but this is a little snippet of that argument.
Yes, that you need help. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so allow me to get it on my own and don't push me. The first thing I told you when
I'm not pushing you, but I have to take care of them as well, whether you're here or not. And you telling them something that's severe and serious, it is not okay. We don't know
All
where
right,
you're.
and let me explain something to you guys. I've been very candid about my depression and my anxiety that I deal with. And I've been in abusive situations, but I can honestly tell you that if I were to attempt suicide and I'm in a shitty relationship, it has nothing to do with the shitty relationship. That might add to it to a certain degree, but it's because I got my own shit that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I put myself in a position and living with somebody that sucks. Okay, great, but they're not to blame for my suicide. You see what I'm saying? They're not to blame for my suicide attempts. I'm to blame for my suicide attempts. I guess that's where I'm coming from overall here. Is like everybody is just like, should she be charged with attempted murder? No. Like, this guy tried to fucking hang himself because he's got his own fucking issues.
I don't think they're talking about that, though. I think they're talking about attempted murder with the kratom use and the Xanax.
If she was feeding him, she was feeding him poison, you know, okay, fine.
There's a lot of people that aren't convinced that he actually did that to himself.
I get that. We wouldn't be talking about this otherwise.
Right.
What I'm saying is why doesn't this guy have enough fucking control over his own shit to where he knows what's being put into his body? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I've been on Xanax before. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell. I drink. You know what I'm saying? I can tell if there's a shift in my mental well-being. I can tell if there's a shift in my sobriety. I can tell. You know what I mean? I'm going to go, wait a minute. What the fuck? Why am I feeling like this? Why, what did you put in my food? I'm going to be able to do that. I'm not going to, this guy does not strike me as somebody who's too stupid to figure that out. You know what I mean? And if he's already weary of her behavior, why isn't he suspicious of that? You see what I'm saying? Like, this guy's not an idiot. I feel like the people that are making this guy out to be a victim are also classifying him as a fucking idiot. And he's not a fucking idiot.
Right.
So that's why I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't think that he was drugged to the point to where he committed attempted suicide. I just don't see it.
Where you're going, we don't know anything.
I don't even know where I'm going, but
then that worries me.
And that's the thing. This is the stuff that stresses me out. This is why I shake and fall and do all types of
because
I can't take this. I can't take
Marvon.
I don't understand what is wrong with Andrea McCray. Feel so sorry for Vaughn's family, guys. Oh, and also before I keep
what's
going
wrong with
the whole
Vaughn
story or with my video, I do want to say that Vaughn's family has a GoFundMe.
Why isn't anybody asking what's wrong with Vaughn? Everybody's asking what's wrong with Drea McCray. We see what's wrong with Drea McCray. We see what's wrong with her. She puts it all over the internet, but nobody's asking what's wrong with Vaughn, right?
Right. I don't know if that was told early on. Evidently they've been together for some time, so I don't know. Like I said, I just started watching.
Right. Chronicles of the Shady. I don't know if you're agreeing with me or not, but in your comments are kind of agreeing with me because you're saying, and I know he's not in a coma due to drugs. You know, he's in a coma due to trying to hang himself and losing too much oxygen to his brain. And now he's probably going to be a vegetable for the rest of his life.
Well, seizures can do that too.
Seizures can do that too. Yes.
Yes.
You know, maybe he was suicidal because he was sick and tired of the fucking seizures. Maybe those were so overwhelming to him. Nobody's thinking about any of this. Everybody is just so focused on how shitty Drea is. And I get that she's shitty. I'm admitting that she is shitty. She sucks. She's a terrible wife. She's a terrible person. You know, she's awful. I'm admitting this. I'm agreeing with all of you. What I'm saying is, it doesn't mean that she's responsible for the state that Vaughn is in right now. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even agree with if he was a depressed and suicidal person.
Who knows?
That it's her fault. That's what I'm saying. I can't even agree that it's her fault if that is the case.
No,
So I can't
it's
agree.
nobody's, dude. Depression and
Right.
anxiety is a chemical issue. It's not
Right.
anybody's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just something that is, and then you deal with it.
Right.
You know, at least in my case. At least in my case. You know, but in my experience, it's something that just simply is, and you deal with it. You know, but like. Now there are factors in your life that make it a little more difficult, sure, and make it difficult to deal with, sure, but that doesn't mean that those factors are to blame for your depression and anxiety. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now there could be PTSD where you suffered from, and there was an incident in your life that you suffered from that was no fault of your own, that has that has caused depression, right? But I'm not seeing that being the case in this situation. I see a guy who I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just easier for me, man, I don't know, but I've been with abusive women where I'm just like, you know what, you fucking suck, and I'm leaving, and you're not going to stop me from leaving. I don't care how you try to manipulate me. Like, I see through your bullshit, so I'm out. I'm out. Fuck you. I'm out. You're not going to put me through this anymore.
I keep seeing everybody say, he loved her. He loved her so much, or he loves her. He loves her.
Right.
And so, you know, I don't know if my love was not strong enough to say, I know that, you know, with a controlling person. But, and I loved that person, but it was not enough. So I don't know.
Like, I just,
I
mean,
don't get it.
If you're a grown up, you're an adult, and you're of sound mind, if you're in a controlling relationship, it's not, there's a percentage where the fault is on you, in the sense that, like, you are allowing yourself to be controlled to a certain degree. Because I know people can be controlling. I'm not saying people can't be controlling, but if you're controlling somebody, it's because that person is allowing themselves to be controlled. You know, to a certain degree, they have the power. To not give them any accountability is to say that they don't have the power to just fucking get up and walk away at some point. You know, to realize they're being controlled, and that person has their own fucked up insecurity issues and whatever, and you've got to get up and walk away, right? I'm not saying, and I realize that's difficult. I understand that. I understand that people are in a routine in their everyday lives. They have children. I get that, you know, but like, in Makeup Mobster, for instance, right here, right? You know, I don't know what her marriage is like. She talks about her husband. She seems to be a very happy wife, right? But there's nothing about her personality that ever indicates to me that if she was in an abusive situation, she wouldn't just get the fuck up and walk out and be okay. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? There are certain people that I understand, and you have the power to do that. You have the power to walk away from a shitty situation. And that's on you to do that. You know, it doesn't mean you're not a victim, but you can choose to not be a victim at some point and choose to unvictimize yourself at some point.
Well, it took me about 5 years.
Right,
so
sure, right.
I left 7 times in 5 years. I left and came back.
And then he sweet talked you and told you why you needed him and blah, blah. I get it. I'm not denying that. And I'm not denying the power that a manipulator could have. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, do you credit their shittiness, or do you credit your strength for walking away from that situation?
At the end of the day, it was I don't give a rat's butt in the world. What anybody else thinks of me, I'm leaving. The end.
Right.
And I left.
So in so many words, it was your strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But there was no other influences on myself other than him.
But you have these YouTube creators like this guy, you know, I mean, and this is nothing against him. You know, I got no problem with this guy. I'm just saying he's being very biased. He's not presenting both sides. He's saying what is wrong with Andrea. Like the title on the top of the screen tells you everything you need to know right there. He says Andrea McCray admits to this. So sad. You know, okay, but at no point anybody is saying, well, Vaughn, why didn't Vaughn just fucking walk away? You know? Why didn't he file for custody for his kids? Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? If this is such a dysfunctional relationship, because all this did, I'm of the opinion, this is where I'm at. I'm of the opinion that it became public knowledge that she would not allow his parents to visit him while he's in a coma. And that perpetuated all of this crazy thought. And everybody was like, oh my God, this is an evil woman. And she is. She sucks. But then it snowballed into this thing where she put him in the situation that he's in. It's like, wait a minute. Let's not get too hasty here. I'm of the opinion that all we're looking at here is just an asshole, narcissistic piece of shit woman who wouldn't let this guy's parents visit him while he was in a coma. That's what it boils down to me. As to why he ended up in a coma, he could have just not attempted suicide. You know, he could have just walked away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that, you know, everybody wants to bring criminal charges against this woman. It's like, okay, well, I mean, and I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong. If she deserves to get criminal charges, great. But show me the evidence that dictates that the police are just ignoring the signs and the evidence. Show me the evidence that the police are ignoring where she should be charged with a crime as to what happened to Vaughn McCray. You see what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
And that's the only reason I haven't even taken on this. If I honestly felt that she should be charged with a crime, I would have been all over this. I would have risked any notoriety. I would have risked any fucking credibility that my channel would have over it. I wouldn't care. But I'm just not seeing it. I got email after email going, Glare, you took on the Sophie case. This is something that you need to look into. And then I'm just like, well, where's the evidence? You know, where's the evidence? It's all opinion. Everything here is opinion. Everything here is just speculation.
Except what she said out of her own mouth, even though I know what you said. And
Which was?
We can't, you know, we watched her do and say things that were concerning if you've watched any of her videos. So yes, but I know you made a good point. We don't know if she wasn't just being in Kool-Aid powder. I don't know. I don't know.
See, this is what I'm
that.
talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So we have Gina Hooper here saying, what does it matter if it's true or not? Right there, I'm dismissing you. Just based on that, I'm not even done with your sentence. And you're saying, what does it matter if it's true or not? What?
Well,
what?
If we start that down that road, then
the fuck are you talking about? Of course it matters. Truth matters. The fuck do you mean? What does it matter if it's true or not? And then say, if not, she said she's disgusting. Dre is disgusting. There are tons of evidence of her abuse. Okay. She's abusive. What I'm saying is, and then she says she also kept all of his money. Dude, get your money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your money too. I blame him just as much as her. You know what I mean? Like you have the power to get up and walk away from an abusive situation. It might take some time, but when you have children, you do not fucking attempt suicide. You do not do that. Because what's the message that's going to send? What's the message, right? You tell your kids, oh my God, your mom sucked this bad.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's the only message it sends. Your mom sucked this bad, so I killed myself. What good does that do your kids? You know what I mean? So this guy is not a victim to me. He is not a victim. He's a victim to a certain degree, but the position that he's in right now, I'm not seeing him as a victim. Now, prior to that, if he's being abused, I could look at him and be like, you know what, dude, you're a victim, but fix it, you know? But now that he's chosen this path where he attempted suicide and he was allowing someone to drug him every day, because like I said, I put that on him too. You know, like, dude, you know better. You don't know when you're being drugged. You can't tell the difference between being sober and being docile. I can absolutely tell.
Yeah. I can tell.
Not when you have somebody with a butcher knife by their side 24/7. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
He is a Marine, after all. He could.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like, he's the one between the two of them that is trained to kill. So you're not going to convince me that this dude didn't have options. That's all I'm saying. He had options. That's all I'm saying. You're trying to convince me that he had no options. He had nowhere to go. He was cornered and nowhere to go. Bullshit. You got kids, dude. Like, you can fucking get yourself out of that situation.
I do agree that a person in a depressed state that may or may not have all of his faculties, it would be definitely harder. I think that could happen. So there is questions. There's questions.
Yeah, I mean, sure. What I'm saying is I just don't I don't see this guy as being a fucking murder victim, you know, or an attempted murder victim, I should say. I just don't see that. I'm not seeing enough evidence to dictate that. Am I seeing enough evidence to dictate that the accused is shady as fuck? Sure. I'm agreeing with all of you as far as that goes. This woman is terrible. She sucks. She's an awful person. I agree with you. All of the footage that I've seen, she's terrible.
I'm seeing enough for an investigation. That's what I'm seeing. Enough for an investigation.
Right. And I think that an investigation is taking place, especially with all of the public eye that's on it right now.
Right.
But I don't see them going, you know what? Nah, we're not looking into that. Fuck that. You know, somebody's looking into it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, the police report doesn't say one way or the other. The police report just simply states what took place when they were on the scene. That's all it says. And that's all it's supposed to say. It's not supposed to say, I suspect this woman did this and this and this and this. Right. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to say that. It's just supposed to detail the facts of the scene at the time.
It is the longest police incident report I've ever seen. I'll just say.
It's one of. I mean, it was thorough. Right. I thought it was thorough. Because I've seen lazy ass police reports. Like the Chris Watts police report was lazy as fuck. Exactly. It was like barely a paragraph. So well, it's like, I mean, I just feel like there's this snowball effect of mass people that are just like overthinking this whole thing, you know. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. I hope for the children's sake that that's what it is.
Yeah. No, I hope so too. I mean, other than being a total attention whore, I don't see this woman being a bad mother necessarily. I mean, maybe I just haven't seen enough footage. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. I don't know. You know what I
There's
mean?
a lot.
A lot of
There's a
people have seen a
lot.
lot more. Yeah. And I'm not trying to minimize that. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I'm just saying I haven't seen enough.
Right. Well, I thank you for talking to me, and I just, I do presume her innocent until she's, charged and found guilty by a court of law. That's how I go with everybody. I mean,
I don't think she's innocent at all.
No.
Innocent would not be a word that I would use to describe this woman.
I mean,
but
of
innocent
crime.
Right. Yeah, innocent of what people are accusing her of right now.
Right.
As far as like being the cause of him being in the state that he's in right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of that. So yeah, I'm presuming you're innocent of that until there's more information, but there's just not enough information. Just because you don't like her doesn't make her guilty of a crime. Just because she's guilty of being a shithead doesn't mean she's guilty of being an attempted murderer. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, she definitely sucks. Like, we're all in agreement on that.
She definitely
I promise. She definitely sucks.
She's not somebody I would have in my phone.
No.
She's not a friend in my phone.
No. But I mean, yeah, I don't. And this guy lived with her every day, and he's not a dumb guy. Yeah, I don't see this guy being dumb. Like, to presume that he fell for her, you know what I'm saying? Like to say that she's guilty of this crime is the same as presuming that he's a fucking idiot. You know, you don't get to have one with the other, because he lived with this woman. He had children with this woman. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, he lived with her every day.
I do.
And all we're seeing are videos.
He had one child.
And that's enough for us to go. That's enough for us to go. This woman sucks. You know what I mean? But he lived with her every day. Yeah, he married her. He dated her. He married her. He had kids with her. Like,
one kid.
This guy, the woman was a part of his life. So to say that she duped him in this way is to call him stupid. So are you ready to call him stupid? If you're ready to call her an attempted murderer, you're ready to call him stupid. Sorry, but it's the truth. Yeah. And I don't think he's stupid.
I just saw Makeup Monster's comment about her being a Jehovah's Witness. I just saw that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's a fucking weirdo. Not Makeup Monster, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, that the natural herbs and all this and trying to keep the fucking... and trying to make him fast while he's in a coma, that's crazy shit. You know? Like, you can't do that. Let the doctors do what they're doing. You know what I mean? If you're trying to help them, you don't get to, you know, and I admit, I will even give her the, I will even give everybody who's jumping to these conclusions, I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt in the sense that, like, you know, her behavior and how she's been acting while he's been in a coma at the hospital, like, is shady as fuck. It's frustrating. You know, I get that. You know what I mean? Like, you're right that her behavior sucks. It's terrible. You know, it's just, it doesn't mean that she did this, you know, that she did something. You know what I mean? It just means that she fucking sucks. She thinks she knows more than the doctors. That, you know, we see that all the time on YouTube. People who think they know more than doctors. That doesn't make them, you know, potential murderers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Hope Lane, I know you're trying to jump off here.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And I
Thank
appreciate your
you.
insight.
Okay. Have a good night. I'll be in chat.
You as well. Right on, right on. Let's see. Also, I believe. Sorry, tired. Also, I believe that people are jumping the gun. I do agree with you that on that, but I'm a little bit more of a believer than you are because I went really deep into this woman and she's gross, shady. Yes, keep in mind, guys. I haven't, you know, I've only just kind of touched on this and I've watched a few videos and whatnot. You know, the conclusion that I'm coming to lately is that I feel like people are really jumping to conclusions. Mr. Nut, what's up, homie? That's my boy right there. Sight for sore eyes. Dude, when I'm in an island of fucking crazy, dude, and then, you know, somebody like Mr. Nut or Annie shows up, I'm just like, yo, it's so good to see you. So it's awesome to see Mr. Nut, man. Thanks for being here. But I'm actually about to cut this shit off. I had a good time. Makeup Mobster, thanks for being so involved in my chat. I love when you're in my chat. You're awesome. Make sure to subscribe to Makeup Mobster. She just tells shit like it is. Shit's super fun. Dude. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Mr. Nut, man. Like, if I wasn't so tired, man, like I would just bring you on here. I miss talking to you, dude. But I'm totally about to cut this. I'm just beat, dude. Yeah, I'm so tired. Dude, I streamed for 8 hours earlier, man. I've been covering the Parkland shooter, his sentencing trial. I've been covering that, so I'm just I did that for 8 fucking hours, man. And I even took a nap during their lunch recess. So yeah, I'm beat, brother. But yeah, we got to do a live soon together, man. We got to do a live soon. I would love that. Anyways, guys, I love you guys very, very much. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. And we had some fun and we got serious and we got deep, you know. But anyways, tomorrow I think is a half day in court. M&K Life Matters. Tomorrow is a half day in court, but I think it starts at 9 a.m. and that's another reason why I got to get to bed. Oh, God. Anyways, God, it's so bad to yawn as many times as I did in the last like minute. I love you guys so much. We'll do this again very soon, my friends.